Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rapper, busy man, shit, nigga. They tear their head over, nigga. I read what Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no hoe lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Suckle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch I bless the nigga. Took that open blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers can they spin, now I ain't listening. Is in fact if revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jake. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crack as hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do baby, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear. This shit light. It ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that fight first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chains. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, out with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get it, boy, lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his gang, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
What up, though, Detroit? Who tryna ride? I'm tryna slide, letting them know how you feeling inside. They took our fathers and they left our mothers to cry. Now somebody gotta die, no matter the pain. They always saw something to gain. Tears flowing in the rain, crabs in the bucket. I wanna just chuck it like niggas be free in this world but don't love it. Just fuck it insane. Angels is calling my name. What they saying ain't the same. Giving me orders like you must be ready to die. The only way you seeing change. And if you complain, well, when you complain, remember this is for the pain, the life, the death, the rise, the fall. This is the finale and we want it all, no matter the time. Bitches is mine, no really is his, but he using my nine. There's no mistake when you dealing with fate. Life is a bitch and she fixing my plate. Now asking for seconds, that's all I can take. Now 2 seconds later, she baking the cake. Don't want no more problems, I need to skate. She offer again, I'm like, bitch, I just ate. They want us to live without counting the weight, but often no help when we starting to shake. They want us to stop while I'm fresh out of break, so I'm hitting the gas on these turns that I make. Present us with problems, how do we solve them? I was subtracting the niggas that caused them. No need to worry, not here for no glory. Just thought I'd shed light on this page on my story. The finale. 313, I love y'all. Thank you. Thank y'all for coming out. We're here. Thank you.
Practice. not a game, not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. I mean, how silly is that? And we're talking about practice.
Best believe that I'm top 3. The only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Put me anywhere other than one that is not me. It's beef, we strut a nigga block, that's chopped cheese. No peace, the butterfly sting him, that's Ali. You reach, I teach him with the handle, that's Kyrie. Machines you hook like a Roman, that's IV. You a sheep, I'ma go, it's a difference, so watch me. You weak, all hooks, no punches, so block these. They mock me, I just show them how it goes. Try to stomach this thug life. They brain got the nose, bandana on the grip. All heads coming out the foe. Connected from Cali to New York, nigga, so let it go. Made for this. Nigga, I eat bars and drink flows, thinking you woke into your third eye peephole. Line for line, this shit too easy. It's like a free throw. Mastered the game too early. This bitch a cheat code. It ain't a game. These niggas lame. State bring a shame. If I'm with an officer, it's a number in his name. We ain't the same. You want the easy pass? Tell him change his lane. Shit, I've been through the fire. You can't stand the rain. Take an aim. Tell him runner he could try his best. Drive a car named after me. That's why I'm in the vet. Laughing these niggas once again, and I ain't break a sweat. Number one at everything I do. That's why I'm one west. The Lord is not the God of the dead, so when I die, coming back for my spot, so forever I'm top 3. Just tell him to watch this. Canada with the mop stick. You gonna need a defensive lineman to block this. On point when I bomb shit. 10 for 10, I do not miss. I'm barking with a full bulldog. It is not mixed. They can see that my mind's sick. I don't write, I find shit. I don't like it, then I switch. If I touch it, it's diamond. Tell a bitch that I'm God sent. It ain't because my kicks is built like 5'6", 5'7" is my bitch. Dangerous, high risk. I lose it, get another one. You think I'm talking about a girl? I'm talking about another gun. We here now? Hey, look, it is what it is now. We don't fuck with the house niggas. We burn the crib now. I'm ahead now. And I hope they can hear now. I don't care if you think it's it, nigga. I don't fear clown. Silence just make it sound like raindrop. That's a quiet storm. Get the job done, the interview or get fired on. If you niggas standing for nothing, what you dying for? If you put real with real, that's how I was born. Walking this bitch ready for war. I'm in riot form. I want these niggas to see me flex. That's why I am on. I shouldn't live in the crib, nigga. I should buy a farm to go through this shit so effortless. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3. Best believe that I'm top 3. Only thing is I'm not 2 and I'm not 3.
Bust the heat.
ODing on the beat, Narcan flow. We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The block loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One west sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing. Click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving Halo, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. And Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up. All cause my delivery, I be on that prime shit. Take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir. Treat you like the Ukraine. Raid your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle. I got new aim, fresh kick, spit with the blick. Not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got the Ruger 5.7. That's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The block loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one west for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mess and we was outside. That Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's 1 West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly. Be there when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to run down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog. This the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big burst of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside. That temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this car, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's 1 West for that bag and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this car, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, and we outside. Outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, yeah, we outside. It's 1 West on them corners, and we outside. We outside with it.
Drop dummy.
Like Snort. Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum a gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bass and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. You ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he get them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody's trying to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, that's what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them, but they are too. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Check. What's going on, Israel?
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Mic
Check. A little loud. Turn that down, please.
Check. All right, this is the 42nd episode of Let It Be Known. Clap it up. We gotta raise that up. It's like line number 6, I think it is. Raise the line number 6. It's number 6.
Turn it all the way. Turn it down all the way. Not all the way down. Turn it down.
Up. Right there. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. We got a new special guest on the show today.
Yo, we got the link to the channel, to the show and all that. Put the link in there.
You got if you have that mic on, you're standing next to the. So turn it off. Okay. You got to push the speaker out. All right, this is Let It Be Known, episode 42. We got Officer 5000 Shalai Yala in the building.
Yeah. Let's holding it down. Big up.
Officer Karaba 5000 gonna be joining us soon. He's in the building too.
My nigga holding it down.
We got Money and Muscles in the building. The Silverback Officer Yawa Allah.
Yeah, word. Mr. Silverback himself.
I'm back fresh from Houston. You know what I'm saying? Officer Shagapan, myself. We got Officer 500. Karacha's himself.
You was in Houston?
Yeah, I was in Houston doing the South Side.
I thought I saw you doing the South Side. It looked more like the Northwest Side, but
I was doing it.
You was doing the South Side.
I had brothers from Houston said it was my first good time doing it. You know what I'm saying? You a hater. And we also got Officer 50 from the Bronx. Officer Harya Allah in the building.
Yeah, he's in the building right now. That's the new host, y'all. Don't get it twisted. That nigga holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Big up to my man Harya Allah.
That's what you hear in the Bronx.
Yeah. He has exclusive information. Please don't get it twisted. He is good to go. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Shaw. What you got? You run the show.
Shout out the Bronx.
Had to do it.
All right, so listen. So a lot's been going on. We already know what the so-called Jew, the Jewish man, has been doing to our real Jew brothers. Right. You know, talking about Kanye and Kyrie. But let's not forget, you know, the house Negroes that have been coming up against our brothers as well, like Shaq and Charles Barkley and LeBron James. All three men who wore dresses and wigs, by the way. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we're going to get into it in a little bit. Why don't you move up, bro?
Just in case you ain't know.
Just in case you didn't know. All three of them wore dresses and wigs. You know what I'm saying? Put on makeup and everything. Shaquille O'Neal, we got you in full out drag. You know what I'm saying? Like, your opinions should be kept to yourself. But what's going on? What's good? I heard y'all didn't do the show last week. What happened?
Listen, brothers. Look, you know, seasons changing. Brothers, you know, a little under the weather and all of that. You decided to go to Texas and all of that. You know, so which is good. You know what I'm
I was an ambassador for Let It Be Known out there. You know what I'm saying?
The band of the show. It's all good. You know
I was the Let It Be Known's ambassador.
About it. I'm looking at the TV screen. I see this thing a show outside.
Shaking his
Some
hips.
Southside dance or some shit.
Shaking his
What the
hips.
hell happened? Nigga, was you gonna tell us?
I did.
I don't recall.
I put in. I gave a memo.
don't recall.
I passed out a memo and everything.
I don't recall that. But no sweat, no sense. So we back at it.
Yes,
we
right.
consistent for a few weeks.
For everyone that missed us,
Yeah,
we here. We ain't going nowhere.
But what's really everything else is going on. But what's really good? Harya Allah, what's good, boy? What's good?
Oh
really
man,
going
you
on?
already
Talk
know,
to us.
sir. Most High in Christ.
Give him a hand. Give Harya Allah a hand. Harya Allah passed his exam about 2 weeks ago.
Right.
There's a host on the show. Give him a hand. You know what I'm
Time
saying?
flies.
We don't give Haryala hands. We give him.
There you go. Buckshot that.
Wait.
There you go. Buckshot.
Everybody else ducked
Let me
down.
tell you something about Harya Allah. Harya Allah has exclusive information. He is a mole when it comes to information and documentaries and knowing things. Trust me, the brother knows exactly what's going on in his world.
I heard he goes behind the line. You know what I'm saying? Like
This brother's
he
strong.
goes, he pretends he one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
unfortunately, in UPK, we're going to expose all of that. You know what I'm saying? It is no on the low in here, nigga. So, Har, what's good, nigga? What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
Oh man, I'm feeling Tawab, sir.
Yeah.
I'm just I'm happy that I'm finally able to be counted amongst the great priests and prophets in the ISUPK and the
He's good.
I'm amongst the mighty men.
That boy good. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Help most time.
Oh man.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
You already know, man. We already out here. We ready to go. You know?
Most time Christ.
Yeah.
Y'all, what's up with you, brother? How you feeling?
Money and
I
muscles.
feel real good. War report wise, we dropped the dossier, right? So we made a whole
This
dossier.
nigga said a dossier.
I said a dossier.
What the fuck is
We made a whole dossier,
What is
meaning a
that?
full report on how the Ukraine-Russia conflict started.
Oh, okay.
So if you don't know how it started and how did we get here, listen, we go all the way back to 2008. You know what I mean? We made a full report, full dossier. That's live now. You know, what I mean? War Report podcast.
Just let y'all know, with your dumbasses, we don't do reports. We do dossiers.
Yeah.
Right.
With your dumbass. You know what I'm saying? Damn. We do dossiers. You understand that?
Working on another
Yeah,
one.
it's a dossier,
Working on
right?
another
A
one. You know what I'm
dossier.
saying?
Spell that.
That's what it is. It's a dossier. You know what I mean? It's a little more than a report. A little more than a report. You know what I mean?
It's a little more. Spell it. That's all I want to say. A dossier. Spell that. You dumbass.
That is available right now on War Report Podcast, Apple, Amazon, Google, everywhere you listen to podcasts. Type in War Report Podcast, and that dossier is there.
Son, Christ, you know what I'm saying? We out here working, brothers working, you know what I'm saying, in all different levels and different aspects. So you know that dossier is out there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all watch it and see what's going on.
Yeah.
What's going on in local news
That's number
though?
5.
Like your heart, what's going on in local news? You got anything that cross your mind? I'm saying that's bothering you as far as this local news is concerned. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot going on.
Yeah,
Like,
it's definitely a lot going on locally, man, especially in the 5 boroughs. You know, a lot of some of the things that's the same that's been going on. But before we get into that local news, I wanted to give a big shout out to Officer Natazab out in Cali, man. That new joint he just dropped. Slocky, what's the name of that? DEFCON 4?
DEFCON 4.
That DEFCON 4 is
Man.
crazy and perfect timing too, sir. The water for dropping that, and we hopefully we get to play that on the break again, because that thing is crazy. But you know, back in local news, man, it's it's been a lot going on with regards to the 5 boroughs. You know, they starting to crack down on a lot of different things. I remember taking a look at an article the other day because since they overturned some of the practices that New York State and New York City have been doing to prevent people from obtaining gun permits and being able to legally carry, they have resorted into using practices in order to still keep brothers from obtaining their permits in New York by putting all types of crazy stipulations. I remember reading it the other day, and they want to go through every page of your social media. they want to knock on neighbors' doors. When I read that, I was like,
That's
please
crazy.
don't knock on my neighbor's doors.
That's crazy.
They want to knock on your neighbor's doors just to try to get some background information. And ultimately what they're doing is they're just saying that although you can, you still can't. You know? So
In your
still
face,
an uphill
sucker!
battle for brothers here in NYC.
So wait, this is in addition to the normal federal background check.
Right.
So everyone else gets a regular federal background check, but if you a nigga,
right,
they want to knock on your door,
Yeah.
go through your social media, you know what I mean? Listen to your playlists. They want to see anything they could deny you for.
Who's your kindergarten teacher?
Man.
And all of that. Yeah, God, this is crazy, man.
Meanwhile, Billy can just go buy an AR-15 and shoot everybody.
And he's retarded.
Exactly. And
Ain't that something?
somehow he's a loner. They all look alike. They're all the same, but somehow he's a
He didn't
loner.
have a father.
Right. Exactly.
He didn't have a
Exactly.
father. Like niggas ain't got, he didn't have no father. You know what I'm saying? So he has the right to shoot up a school or some shit like that.
Right.
Excuse my language.
But we can't protect ourselves.
No, we cannot. You know what I'm saying? That's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? A sugar pone, what's good, boy? What you got going on?
Chilling. Listen, everyone that's viewing the show, listen, you can call us up at 917-779-9499. Call us up with whatever comments or questions on the articles we're about to bring out. Remember, the phone lines are open, 917-779-9499. And the first thing we're about to jump into, right, is how devilish the so-called Jewish man is, right? And how the Jewish man robs from everyone, steals from everyone.
You can't say that.
Lies from everyone.
That's anti-Semitic.
Commits fraud. You know what I'm saying? And we're about to prove it right now with this article, right? We're about to prove it right now with this article. This article says Brooklyn Yeshiva to pay $5 million after admitting to widespread fraud.
Widespread what?
Wow.
Fraud.
Widespread what?
Fraud.
Oh, wow. They used to be
Frauds.
Right. They used to be liars and committing fraud.
Wait, I thought
means you act
fraud
like
was a
something else,
crime.
right?
I thought it was a crime. I thought you had to go to jail for fraud.
No, fraud's a crime.
Oh, it still is?
Yeah.
But they don't got to go to jail.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wait,
They gotta pay for-
I don't have to go to
do you
jail.
think this is a mystery?
No, it's no mystery. For how much? $5 million.
$5 million.
Widespread what?
Fraud.
Fraud.
Let's get into it.
Fraud is different. That fraud is like a high class word for a goddamn liar.
Right.
Wow. Let's
I
get into it.
can't wait to see it.
Let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on.
Right.
Jeff wasn't Jeff Goldberg and Jeff Goldstein?
Stein.
Yeah, whatever.
It says a Brooklyn Yeshiva will have to pay $5 million to the federal government after admitting to a multi-million-dollar scheme. So this is something that was planned to obtain funds for a phony school food program for needy children, among several other frauds. So there's more than one type of frauds that they conspired to do to steal money from the federal government.
Ain't it ironic how when they steal money, they use the money they stole to pay the fines of the money they stole? Ain't that ironic?
It's crazy.
It's almost like it's almost like there's no punishment.
They
I gotta
paying
give
back
money.
the-
Yeah, here's some of the money from the money I stole.
I'm gonna pay for this.
Yeah, well, you stealing money. How can the penalty be paying money?
You stole it.
Well, I mean, just to cover the legal definition of fraud,
Let's get it.
wrongful or criminal.
I knew it was a
Criminal
crime.
deception intended to result in financial or personal gain. Criminal, like certain criminals be locked up.
That's what I thought.
When they label us criminals, they send us to jail. Yeah,
Every time.
it is really ironic. It's really ironic because you know why don't you steal from any of these filthy rich conglomerates?
Right.
Like, why does it have to be a scheme to fraud needy children who need food? What was the phrase again?
It says a multi-million-dollar scheme to obtain funds for a phony school food program for needy children.
For needy children. like,
needy ones.
Like there's children out there who really needed those funds.
Yeah. You know why they not stealing from those conglomerates? Because they run those conglomerates. They steal from themselves. They run those. They ain't gonna steal from those.
Right.
They gonna steal from you.
They
gonna steal from you when you need it most. That's when they're gonna steal it.
Oh, Salaki, if I may. So they set up a phony food program for needy children. They realized, they looked around, you know what I'm saying, their neighborhood and realized the number of blacks and Hispanics needs the food. So they decided not. So they decided not to feed the needy children and decided to fill their own bellies and their own children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, in that community, this is in what, New York?
Yeah.
This happened in New York. So that you know, it's nothing but blacks and Hispanics, you know what I'm saying, Native American Indians who need that food, who need that program, but they decided to be a bunch of selfish bastards and hold it for themselves. So,
right. Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ.
As we continue, it says the Central United Talmudic Academy in Williamsburg, which is in Brooklyn, under the guidance of the former executive director Elozo Porges and his assistant Joel Lowy, received.
Wait. So this says it's Williamsburg
in Brooklyn. Received more than $3.2 million in reimbursements for a food service to allegedly feed students at the school between 2014 and 2016. The misconduct at Kata, which is the Central United Talmudic Academy, was systematic and wide-ranging, including stealing over $3 million allocated for the school children in need of meals, stated the United States Attorney Breon Peace. Today's resolution accounts for Kata's involvement in those crimes and provides a path forward to repay and repair the damage done to the community, while also allowing Kata to continue to provide education for children in the community.
So they get to stay in business.
Damn shame.
They get to stay in business after stealing? That's crazy.
It says an investigation revealed that program did not actually exist. Rather, the school used the money to subsidize parties for adults. Salakia. It says that the school used the money to subsidize parties for adults.
Of course they did.
But the fraud went deeper than that. After finding out the food program was fake, investigators found that the school had also fabricated records and made dozens of sworn misrepresentations to the government agencies to get money and commit benefit and tax fraud. The yeshiva had shady payroll practices to allow for tax breaks and employees to fraudulently receive government benefits. The school routinely paid employees in cash and misrepresented their on-the-books income so they'd qualify for subsidy programs.
Wow.
Along with cash payroll, the school also provided employees with quote-unquote coupons, redeemable at local stores for various cash values. When the employees used a coupon at the store would redeem the coupons back to the school for payment, creating an underground economy of sorts, free from the reportable government income.
You look at that.
Off the books income also came from undisclosed investment accounts provided by the school.
Now this monies that they've been using comes from the state, right?
Yep, all government funded.
So instead of this money going to the other parts of Brooklyn that actually needs it, they created a whole scheme to make it seem like they need it in Williamsburg, which is the richest part, besides Tribeca, and stole all the money.
Right.
So it's bad enough they gentrified Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Right.
So they stole all the development fund.
Right.
To develop Williamsburg and nothing else.
Right.
Then the money for basically community activists, school food program, they stole that too.
Right.
So the same gentrifiers who gentrified Brooklyn stole the money to help the rest of Brooklyn.
Right.
And just used it for their pleasure.
Right.
Is that safe to say, Ashar? Right. And no one went to jail.
Not that I found so far.
So you can steal $3 million and no one goes to jail.
Right.
No
Right.
criminal record, no police, handcuffing people on camera, none of that.
And Slaki, if I may, but what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to realize is that every time you go to the grocery store and that carton of eggs costs a little bit more, that loaf of bread costs a little bit more, that inflation is just a little bit more in your pocket, it's due to these thieves.
Right.
The cost of your inflation comes from white-collar crime.
Right.
It comes from your oppressor stealing every dime that they can get, and then that expense is added into your taxes, and it's added into inflation. When it costs more for you to go to the store and feed your children, that's because your oppressor's taking food directly out of your kid's mouth.
Yeah.
And it shows right here.
Government funds.
Government funds, that's right. It shows right here.
And that's the Bronx.
In Brooklyn, in Harlem, in Queens. It's all over. We have to bear the burden of your oppressor's thievery.
Right.
Can I get a scripture? Deuteronomy 28:50.
Not you.
No, I'm following along.
What Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans need to understand is that these funds were going to go to children's meals.
Yep.
I got 3 kids right now. They all go to school every day, and they expected to eat breakfast and lunch in school. You know, recently in New York, they switched the menu to a vegetarian day. One day out of the week, they get all carrots. You know, they put that under the guise of they trying to be more healthy.
They try to cut funds.
Yeah, it may be because they're trying to cut funds. And why they need to cut funds? Because your oppressor is stealing directly out of our kids' mouths.
And come to find out, like the breakfast programs that the schools have.
That's funny, babe.
So like the
Right. The kids are some rabbits.
That's all, folks. That's all, folks.
They've been slowly cutting funds for school food programs in general.
God.
In general, like the breakfast programs have been cut in plenty of schools in New York. You can research and find out. And now we see this. We see when they did give funds for school food programs,
Right.
they steal it.
Right.
They steal it.
It's going right into the pockets of the rich.
$3 million. $3 million.
That's crazy.
Yep.
And we hear about this. Salaki, sir.
No, Salaki, if I may, real quick. Didn't Brett Favre steal from some programs too as
Khan.
well?
Yes.
Khan.
Brett
Yes,
Favre?
sir.
He stole.
Khan.
Yes.
He stole. Now, bring me up to speed with that.
It was basically they stole funds to fund one of his daughter's
The
school.
stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the funds are supposed to go to the lowest parts of the Mississippi, essentially, like the poorest people of Mississippi.
And where?
The Mississippi.
They
Mississippi.
don't got no water. Where at?
Mississippi.
So he stole the welfare. The people that have no water.
Yes, Mississippi.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And
They're already going through it.
And he's a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
So he didn't want to use his money.
Nope.
But he used the government money.
Right.
Which Amalek, I don't know if you remember. I did Karab, I did an article on the Section 8 vouchers out here.
Right.
They're the number one vultures of that all. Exactly. They take tour buses upstate to I forget what part is past Monroe. To because they got their own separate welfare out here. They own 90% of the vouchers out here. Not only do they do that, but they also own the real estate here.
Right.
Right.
So what they do, I'm gonna look for that article because I brought that out. Yeah, that Cam speaking. That's what Shaw's doing right there. You got to go into the archives. But anyway, but 90% of the they own the housing out here. If it's not them, it's Moab.
Right.
It's
Right.
one or the other, but they own about 100% of the real estate out here. So what they would do is they would have the women have kids, have them go on welfare, and the husbands that's there with them, they wouldn't put them on the vouchers, so they'll have it as though they're single mothers. Right.
Yet they'll take their money and give them money to get a startup money, like millions of dollars in the account. Now they basically living out here in New York rent free. When you go down by Prospect Park, Ocean Avenue over there in Brooklyn and so forth, those Hasidic areas, they're on welfare out there.
Right.
Yet they make our brothers and sisters feel like we ain't shit. Excuse my French. When we get assistance, and we only own about 10% of it. But you want to show how demonic they are. They want to make it seem like every black and Hispanic is on welfare and on Section 8.
Right, like we the face.
Like we the face of Section 8. When in actuality is really them. But see, it's a lot of stuff that we don't see.
Right.
And this was brought out. And I brought that out. I'm gonna look for that article because at the end of the day,
I found out they be using lawyers to handle the accounts and stuff, so they don't have to actually show up.
Right.
Like you're not gonna see them getting Section 8 from the actual place. Like we lined up outside, you ain't gonna see them. No. But they're the ones who have most of the accounts.
But listen what I'm telling you, they got their own separate spot up in Monroe, up in New York. They take tour buses up there.
Right.
You go up there and you see nothing but some stink devil dogs out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Muncie, you know.
I've used that devil dog.
Yeah, out there where you see tour buses like where the hell they going? Like they're on a pilgrimage or something out there, but come to find out, it makes sense. When you see them out there, they're out there for welfare.
Right.
Yet it goes to show you how much of a devilish bastard they are.
Right.
Because they want to make us seem like we ain't shit because we're struggling. We're the oppressed people. Yet they're sitting there taking advantage of the oppressed people.
Right.
Yet they want to turn around and make it seem like us getting on welfare is wrong. When our people, we're struggling. That's why we got to get out this notion of putting people down when they're on any kind of assistance. Sisters, brothers, because we got a habit of doing that.
Right.
Understand that we're effed up. This is hell right here. We in hell right now. So if you're on any kind of assistance, don't be ashamed because this is not our time. We got to get the help we can. We got to go to our oppressors for the one of all things. I'm paraphrasing that scripture, but we got to understand that, like right now, we got to come together more so than ever. Because they're being exposed now by our people, that's celebrities, Kanye, Kyrie, and so forth. They're being exposed for who they are. And understand that our people need to open their eyes. Because understand that if Kyrie and Kanye, I know I just kind of drifted off, but if they're saying something that was wrong or misinformation, they wouldn't cancel them.
Right.
Think about it. They wouldn't cancel them. They wouldn't be making a whole big 2-week long thing of the statements of the stuff that was being said. So obviously that hit a nerve right there.
And they're trying to stop them from talking.
They're trying to stop them from talking.
That's the biggest thing. Deplatform, they can't speak. And it's like, well, no, let them say what they got to say. You know what I mean?
Exactly. If they're crazy, like they deemed us since 1969 till now, ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, what was always said about us? Oh, them niggas is crazy on the corner there. All they do is scream at people all day. But guess what? People are listening now.
Right.
And understand, if you're Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you need to really open your eyes and see things for what it is. Because at the end of the day, you see how they treating Kanye. You see how they treating Kyrie. Now, if what they were saying was false and what they were saying was wrong, why are y'all taking money from them? Why are you taking money out their mouths? Why are you canceling them? And better yet, why do they have to apologize?
Right.
For being anti-Semitic when Kanye brought it up? How can I be anti-me in so many words? And it's not Semitic, it's Shemitic.
Right. So like, sir, this is America. We have the freedom of speech, the freedom of religion.
First Amendment.
That's the very First Amendment that everyone likes to run to whenever they feel like they can't express or they want to express themselves. That's the same amendment Jewish people use to practice Judaism. That's the same amendment Democrats and Republicans use when they want to promote their political party. The First Amendment. But here we have two black men who are using their freedom of religion, their freedom of expression, their freedom of speech. You're using that against them to demonize them, to make them. You want them to retract their statements and not use their First Amendment rights. Something about what they're saying has to be true.
Yeah, it's stirring them up. It's forcing the conversation, and they don't want to have that conversation. That's the issue.
Yeah, and I look now, Karab. I know both of y'all deal with the what's that? What's that name? The Talmud. Now, somebody had posted in one of the group chats like how they call us goys.
Goyim. Yeah.
Now, in that, it basically tells them to treat us like we ain't shit, and to that it's all right for them. Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
Nah, you're right.
Because I just saw a little snippet of that where it's teaching them to treat us like animals, to treat us like shit. That it's all right to rape our kids.
Yep. As long as it's not happening to a so-called Jew.
Right.
It's not a crime, essentially.
They can do whatever they want with us, right? Now, you're going to tell me these are the Lord's, the Most High's chosen people? When you're going around doing this, the Lord tells us, right, to do not what's that? Abhor an Edomite. Abhor an Edomite, right? Or anybody of these other nations, right? But in that Talmud that they're reading, it's telling them to treat us like animals. The Lord tells us to not even treat them like animals in the scriptures, right? The King James Version, right?
Right.
So you're going to tell me that they the Lord's chosen people? Now, who's the real savages? Who's the real savages? Who's the real murderers? Who's the real deceivers, devils out there?
Who's the real crooks and frauds?
Who's the real crooks and frauds out there?
If I stole $3 million, I'll be in jail.
Right.
Hell, if you just steal $3,
yeah, I'll be in jail.
Jail. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I'm not gonna, you know me, I'll go all day. The whole show will be based on me talking. But I'm gonna just keep it brief. But it goes to show you, right? When we go to jail, right? We commit a crime. We don't get a second chance when we get out. They say we do, but we don't. Because there's certain things that we still can't do as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian.
Right.
But who's charging them for stealing America, for the crimes they committed towards the North American Indians, the Gadites, the Taino Indians, the Mexicans out there, right? And so forth. Who's charging them for that, right? Because this is their time. This is their kingdom. So they can do whatever they want and understand that they're going to pay for their sins.
Right.
Like the Lord said. So I just wanted to just share that with you.
And big shout out to Captain Tazariak for dispatching that devil. What was it, last week? 2 weeks ago? In that battle, completely destroying that devil whose name I don't even want to say on the show.
Right.
We just call him a devil from now on. This white supremacist who decided to bring out a whole bunch of different crime statistics and like they do try to twist them and formulate them a different way. He ain't never bring out these types of crimes.
Of course not.
He ain't never bring out these huge $5 million white collar crimes that we all end up having to pay for through taxes.
Exactly.
Salakia,
Yeah, let's read the scripture so we can move on.
Khan. This is the scriptures that you wanted to put on priest and officer Haryala. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 50. A nation of fair continents.
A nation of what?
Fair continents.
A nation of what?
Fair continents.
When you steal money that's supposed to be appropriated for children's meals, you a nation of what?
Fierce continents.
These people are a nation of fierce countenance.
Right.
Fierce. Keep going.
Which shall not regard the persons of the old.
They don't regard the person of the what?
The persons of the old.
When they take all the Section 8 vouchers and leave your grandmother homeless, they don't regard a person of the what?
The old.
Keep going.
Nor show favor to the young.
Nor show favor to who?
To the young.
When they take the school money
Right.
that's supposed to be appropriated for your children's lunch and use it for their own pockets, they do not show favor towards the who?
The young.
That's the kind of devil you dealing with, black man, Hispanic
right.
man, Native Indian man. A
Right.
nation of fierce countenance. They will leave your grandmother in the street and they will take food directly out of your kids' mouths.
Right.
I'm right.
So,
So like, if I can bring up one more point.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't there a couple of actors and actresses that was paying for scholarships?
Right.
In college.
Right.
Taken away from the NAACP.
that was
Yes.
a big scandal.
Yes.
Big scandal.
That was a big scandal. That was a big scandal.
Fraud is big in their community.
It is. But when it comes to us, they want to label us for the little petty crimes that we do.
Right.
Right.
We're demonized for the little petty crimes for surviving.
Right.
These are millionaires that's doing these scams.
Right.
They're good. They're well off. So who's the real devil and deceiver? Because at the end of the day, they want to put everything on us, like we're savages, like we don't know how to act, like we don't have control of ourselves. Yet they're the biggest savages out there.
And have been.
And have been. And what you're saying is so heavy, sir, because what blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans need to realize is that your oppressor does not stay on top because he's just that clever. He doesn't stay on top because he just has great ideas. He can only stay on top if he continues to rob you. He can only stay on top if he continues to keep you poor.
And with that, we're about to give you a quick little entertainment. One of the great generals here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, right? General Mayak. Here we go.
I'm Jewish. How about my ancestors?
You ain't never been a Jew. You ain't never been a Jew.
I'm Jewish.
First of all, you're not a Jew.
Yes, I am Jewish.
You a child. First of all, you a child of the empire.
That's right.
You a child of the Countdown Empire, number one. You the same white man. You ain't no different from a white American. You're no different from a white American. You from the Countdown Empire. You ain't never been a Jew.
That's right.
The scripture said Israel.
Israelites are not white. Israelites are not white. You know nothing about Jacob.
Let me show you what Christ got. I got to deal with him right now.
Christ, that's what we
You ate about 6 million crackers that another cracker killed. Let me see. Let me show you what Christ said about you. I'm going to give you a quick lesson. Don't Galed, Ras Galed, you are not the Jew. You are a red dog. That's what you are. You are a child of the Khazar Empire. That's right. Your brother know more of your history than you do. The scriptures say your fathers inherited lies. And they taught you lies. You walk around the earth thinking that you're Jewish. You know what Jewish means? Even the IS on Jewish show you're not a Jew, dumb. If my garment is black, Jewish. Now if I get another garment that's blackish, it ain't black no more. It's blackish. It's kind of like being black, almost black, but not quite black. That's why your people even call yourself Jewish. You're a wannabe. That's right. That's right. You wish you were a Jew. To be a Jew, you gotta be born a Jew. You gotta be one of the children of Judah to be a Jew. But these dumb bastards, they adopt Jew as a religion. You can't join. Not a religion. They made up a religion and called it Judaism. That's no such thing.
Judaism, learn how to speak, man.
Judaism. There's no such thing. It's a man-made religion that was created off of the race of black people, man. Black people are born Jew. What is it to be a Jew? What does it mean to be a Jew?
Oh, there's so
Where
much.
Does the term go from? The term.
First of all, the beginning. Okay, I will tell you.
Where does it come from?
Listen, I want you to listen.
You're a bastard and a liar.
You won't let me talk, sir. Let me talk. This is so one-sided.
The tribe of Judah. That's where the term Jew comes from. That's right. It's short for Judah.
Yeah,
White
you know
Jewish
Hebrew
people don't even know that.
Yes,
you
we
ask
do.
Them, you ask a white person what makes you Jewish, they're going to tell you because my daddy was Jewish, because my mommy was Jewish. Well, because I fought the Israeli war. We didn't heard it all. But never do they prove. Never do they prove that they are born Jews. I'm going to show you about the born Jews. I'm gonna show you about the real
nothing about
according to Diamond District. That's right. They run the banks of America. That's right. Can I talk? They in league with America. They got armies and jets. They fight when they get hurt, man. They not mourning. But the real Jews are in mourning. Can I talk? You ain't in mourning. What the hell you doing? 6 million of the Holocaust.
Are you saying the Holocaust is a joke?
It's a joke.
That's right.
That's right.
Don't you
The Holocaust is a damn joke. The Holocaust is a joke. Hitler, yeah, cry, white boy. Hail Hitler. You ain't nothing. We've been through it. You ain't been through it. That's right. People have been through it. That's right. That's right. Hitler put your sticky behind because you said.
And it was because of this reason why Kanye and Kyrie are getting so much pushback. Because General Mayak made that little Jewish boy cry. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they're going so hard on this whole anti-Semitism reason. That's why they're giving all our brothers that's out there on the streets, putting this truth out all over the world, wherever there's an ISUPK. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this Jewish boy cried, and all those fake Jewish people was like, we're never going to cry again. You know what I'm saying? Right. Never forget.
Right, never forget.
But listen, speaking about that, we can't not forget our brothers who are out there in high ranking positions. You know, we got brothers that are basketball celebrities, football celebrities, music artists, and entertainers, right? They're high up in this government system, in this status system, right? That we got to make sure that they have people who are really holding it down, know that we support them. Right. And that even though they're in positions in the government or they're in positions of entertainment or sports and they making millions and millions of dollars, they have to know that there's people under them that really will support them if they only use that money for good. If they only, like the scriptures say, it's harder for a rich man and it's easier for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle than it is for a rich man. These rich men who are of our people need to know that there's a right way to go about it, and that's knowing the truth, knowing how to handle it. Because just like Captain Tazariak said, these men like Kyrie and Kanye, they aren't trained to properly navigate all this controversy and all this media that they're being pressure that they're being put under. And that's why they need to get up into the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana.
Right. Damn right. You know? What's next on the docket?
So that brings us straight to to Kyrie. It says the Nets owner Joe Tsai is not letting Kyrie Irving return to the team until he satisfies 6 conditions. That's how I know we still slaves in America.
Right.
Damn right. If I may real quick. And to just add to that, just that title alone, they want him to conform.
Right.
I read an article where I think it was the defamation Jewish League.
Anti-Defamation League.
Right.
The ADL for short.
Right. They said that he's not ready. He's not ready. Wow. He's not, because they didn't accept his apology, right? Understand that they're trying to break him. And like Cap brought
up,
like
a slave.
Right. Kyrie is sticking to his guns, you know? The thing is, a lot of these celebrities is watching us. Believe it or not, they're watching us. They know who we are. There's a lot of them are scared for this kickback that they're getting to even mention anything Jewish.
Captain Katza admitted that he knows people that are in Kanye West circle that watch Cross the Line, that watch Command and General Yohana Black Watch.
Right. So to say that, so me saying this, there's a lot of them that really probably want, they agree with what we're saying, but it comes to money, it comes to
lifestyle they live in.
They don't want to compromise that. And to add to what Commanding General Yohana has always been saying, the disclaimer in all our videos: do not do this at home.
Right.
You know, I'm paraphrasing. This is leave it for the professionals, because we got nothing to lose. We're free men. ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, we are free men. When you come into this truth, we are free men and women. We don't confound. We're here. We're in this world, but we're not of this world.
Right.
Why? Because we're the Lord's chosen right now. We're the Lord's chosen right now. We're in this truth. We're building this nation. Commanding General Yohana is building this. He's the leader of all Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians right now.
Right.
That's leading this nation. And understand that although right now we're the underdogs, slowly but surely we're rising. And slowly but surely, all our people, celebrities and all, is going to be coming to us for guidance, for leadership, because there's no leadership. Where's your Al Sharptons? Where's your Jesse Jacksons? Where's all these other so-called Black leaders out here that was once in high positions? They're quiet now. I don't see nobody defending Kyrie Irving,
Jesse
Kanye
Jackson,
West.
no Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah,
At all.
where
None of
they
them.
at right now?
Right.
Nowhere to be MIA. You want to know why? Because shit is thick right now. Excuse my French. It's thick now. And guess what? We're built for this. We're built for this because we all came from dirt. We all came from the gutter. We have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Go ahead.
And the thing is, right? Everyone is the Jewish man is getting mad for us putting a spotlight on what they have been able to accomplish, because it's a great accomplishment. Them being able to take care of their people, do things for their people, sacrifice generations for future generations. That's all admirable accomplishments, which is what we need to aspire to. And it takes men who are in wealthy positions like these men to say, you know what, my people is greater than me. To take that money, to sacrifice that money, to build these future generations. Because that's how these Jewish people did it. That's how they took over Hollywood. That's how they took over the Diamond District. All the media is sacrificed from generations so that the future generations can have the power. And it has to start somewhere. You have to be unselfish and put your people over than the creature comforts that you've been able to get. Because Shaq, I don't think Shaq grew up with money. I don't think LeBron James grew up with money. I don't think Kyrie's uncle or one of his relatives who was in the NBA grew up with money. They know what it's like to eat water and sugar smacks. You know what I'm saying? They know what it's like to have to put sugar in water. You know what I'm saying? They know what it's like to drink the purple stuff and not grape juice. So people like that have to remember those days and put those days before the Lamborghinis. They have to put those days before the 6-bedroom, 3.5 bath mansions that they got now. They have to put those days in front of what they have now, so that way the entire neighborhood can benefit.
The problem that they're facing is that they don't want to go back to those days. So that the fear of poverty is dictating their actions. But if they knew that their community was behind them, they wouldn't fear it as much. If Kyrie knew, like, I don't need Nike because if whatever company I go to, my people's going to support me, he would be more fearless. But most of these celebrities fear that what you're describing. They thinking about that, and they are afraid to go back to that. You know what I mean?
And just to add to what you just said, Kanye was on the right path by starting the Yeezys.
Right.
So now what he need to do is create his own, like, don't even be partners with these big corporate. Now is his time to Yeezys, and that's it.
Right.
Yeezys is bigger. Like, who was thinking about Adidas before Yeezys?
No one.
Nobody.
Matter of fact, that's Adidas, Gap, all of their stocks were falling
until he came.
Yeah, that's why they was willing to do the deal with him. Like, people don't know, Yeezy was worth more than Gap. Literally, like the Gap market cap was 3 million and Yeezy market cap was 3 billion, and Yeezy market cap was 5 billion. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if he understands and gets the confidence of just, it's gonna take some time, it's sacrifice, but I gotta do it alone, then he'll be all right. Especially if he know that his people will support him.
And what they fail to realize is they come to this truth. They got an army behind them. They got soldiers here. If they come into ISUPK, they got real soldiers that will die. Once you come in here wholeheartedly, don't come in here. Don't do no Michael Jackson. How when he was in trouble, he went to FOI, and he didn't know what to do. No, come in here wholeheartedly, because ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana, You have a nation behind you. You have brothers, sisters, uncles. You got spiritual fathers, that's here for you. You got soldiers, brothers that wholeheartedly is there for you. All these brothers up here in this room, I don't care what differences we have. Ashar, I think you still owe me money, but anyway, now I'm just playing. Nah,
relieve your brother, sir.
I'm messing with you. Nah, but we all will die for each other.
Right.
In all seriousness, I don't care what situation, how anything, with family, you're gonna have disagreements.
Right.
But understand, you think any one of us will let an outsider lay hands on any one of us?
Never.
Damn that. That's not going down.
Right.
Anywhere out there in the world, though, you got brothers that stick up for each other, but let them get locked up. Look at First 48.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You see how down brothers are for you. So understand this, that
they're not built for the pressure.
They're not built for the pressure. That these celebrities that's taking these stands and speaking the truth on who we are, understand that you have an army that's willing. You have people. You have a community. You have a nation that's there for you. They just need to build, like you said, have that confidence to say, I got my peoples here.
Right.
Because I don't care what anybody say. A lot of these celebrities know who the hell we are.
Oh, yeah.
They know who we are.
Jack took pictures with brothers down in Atlanta.
He knows who we
You know
are.
what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what, though? To take away all the millions or billions, whatever Shaq getting, as opposed to the truth, you know what I mean?
Shaq need to leave the general and come join the general. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. Damn right.
Right.
Steve Harvey said it in an interview when Monique dissed him a couple years ago. He was like, damn the truth. He said, I got to feed my family. My family got to eat. Because she was like, I think it was something where Monique, she felt like he didn't stick.
Yeah, he didn't back her. He ain't back her.
With the thing. And he was like, damn the truth. He was like, I got to feed my family. That's a cool mentality.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, how many M's Steve Harvey is set?
Right.
Yet you worried about still feeding your family. How much food, how many millions you need to feed you and your wife and your daughter?
Right.
Listen,
cut scale back a little. I think we all used to it.
Listen, whatever the case may be, don't sacrifice your people. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and they don't sacrifice their people.
Right.
Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
Salakia, sir, if I may, just remember the interview on the Breakfast Club with that so-called Jew said about his family.
Leo Cohen.
Right.
Leo Cohen. He said that pertaining to his family. You know what I'm saying? Not to degrade his people, to degrade other people. We do it in the sake of degrading our own. Salakia.
Right.
And a lot of these celebrities, man, when they come out and they research certain things and they come out and say certain things, that's because they just have the same yearning for their identity that we all had at one point and that we all do have. And it just goes to show that you could be worth hundreds of millions of dollars and you will still feel like there's something inherently wrong, regardless of how much money that you have. If you have any sort of conscience, if you have any sort of, yearning within you to say, although I'm rich, my people are still destroyed. My people are still poor. My people are still on the bottom. You have that same yearning for who you are and what your identity is, like we all have. And then they search and they research and they may find certain information. They may find disinformation. But if you're a celebrity out there and you are searching for a sense of identity, get in contact with the ISUPK under Commander General. Pick that phone, find your camp leader, whatever locale that you in. Pick up your phone and talk to a man who is spiritually built for this and is under Commander General Yohana, because it's only through that righteous counseling that you're going to find the answers that you look for, and you might not find yourself in an uncompromising position with your oppressor.
Right.
So if you're a celebrity and you have that same yearning that we all had, searching for our identity, searching for who we are, searching for answers, get in contact with the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, man.
Damn right.
Right.
And so let me get into this article real quick. I don't want to. Concert.
Yeah, that just showed you that them red devil dogs show Kanye how much of a nigga he is and Kyrie because they got M's, they got millions. Yet
He was a billionaire.
Yet that don't mean nothing to them. That's like pulling out $1 to them because $1 billion is nothing. $1 billion is everything financially to us. Hell, we still working on trying to get our first meal, $500,000, you know?
Right.
Yet it goes to show you money don't mean nothing. You will always be what's that, a goy? Goyim. You always be a goyim to them.
Well, so if I may, what I figured out is that, like, you know, because we're so impoverished, money's everything. Right, but we don't realize that once you have money, now you gotta think about everything else.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't want.
Right.
See, these brothers got money, and what's the first thing they thought about? Who am I?
Yes.
Where I come from? Who my people? You know what I mean? And that should show you why they want to keep us impoverished, because we will only be thinking about money.
And to just add to what you're saying, to add to what you're saying, that the water, that with that they want to keep us because, yo, deep down inside they have insecurities, they have issues, they're very insecure because without money, physically they're not stronger than us, mentally, spiritually, creatively. They have nothing. That's why they culture vultures.
I have a video to play on saying the exact same things you just said. I'll play it after this.
And that's why, because think about it. When people want to look down on somebody, that's because they're insecure. When they want to pull up, whether it's education, financially, or so forth, that's because they're insecure about something. So them as a whole, as a people, is insecure because the second we get money and we're financially stable, we got the creativity, we got the strength, the ability to do everything. We're greater than them.
Right.
And the second we start rising up, that's their biggest fear. Because what's going to happen then? Because to them, money is power. But I always say, when I'm in Manhattan, I'm having issues parking or something, and they want to come up, money ain't gonna stop me from Slovakia. You know what I mean? From beating the brakes off that ass. You know what I mean?
Right.
So understand that, of course, I'm a priest and prophet of the Lord, and I'm going to conduct myself in a professional manner. But understand that if I need to lay hands on you and put these wolf paws on you, understand that money's not going to stop me from, two-piecing you.
In your face, sucker.
He ain't stop Nehemiah.
There you go.
If I could, right? Mic check 1 2. I think y'all hear me, right? What's important, what y'all brought up, is crazy because if you don't know, I did a class yesterday on Long Island, go to Israelite headquarters or ISUPK Long Island. I do a series called "The Destruction of Black Streets," and what I do is I go through history and it shows every black town we had, and the oppressor will come and destroy it. You know what I'm saying? We have this fad that like black people can't come together and do stuff. Like we do everything. Like I always say this, like if you give two brothers a store, they gonna be like, I don't know how to run the store, but the nigga works at Key Food, he the manager at CVS, he the loss prevention and
already running it.
You overnight by yourself in the store, you know how to run the store if I give it to you. You just scared of the paperwork. Well, the paperwork will come day by day. You can run, we run everything in the world, right? So the point of the series is to show that black people, we had all these things and the oppressor took it away. They either come to us, burn our cities down, make them lakes, turn them into whatever, concentration camps, go look these stuff up. But the point I'm bringing up, right? Yesterday, I did a special edition called Jewish Tenants. And I'm showing how they went in our neighborhoods and they buy us out. But that's not the only thing. If you could, Shaw, right? Go to the Let It Be Known email. I want you to go to the second article because the second article goes down. You'll see my name. Well, Let It Be Known.
You passed it. You passed Corral.
No, go down. Keep going. That one. Go to that. What it says. No, that's not it. You gotta go back up.
It was right by each other.
Yeah, it's close. It's literally from yesterday. The emails. If you go in the emails from yesterday. No, that's from last week. If you look. But anyway, right? The email from the email. What Shaw's trying to find is there's an article I did yesterday from them. It's called the Foundation or Forward. It's a Jewish website. And then the Jewish website, there's a sister getting accounts from black people on how, there it goes, right there. Put it on the screen, Shaw. Put it on the screen so brothers and sisters can see what I'm talking about. And I'm not making this up. This is their own website. This is from them. Read what it says, Shaw. What it says.
This is from Forward, Jewish Independent Nonprofit.
Before you continue, right, go to the main screen. Go to the main screen if you can. Go to menu. Matter of fact, go to the menu if it's in the menu. Go down. Go all the way down. Right? Go to About. Go to About. So I'm not making this up. And read what this is. Read about Forward and what Forward is.
This is, I believe, our story of Forward. The Forward is a legendary name in American journalism and a revered institution in American Jewish life. Launched as a Yiddish language daily newspaper on April 22nd, 1897.
Since when?
April 22nd, 1897.
So this was a newspaper in 1897 for the Jewish bastards. Keep going. Read else about them.
The Forward entered the den of the New York's immigrant press as a defender of trade unionism and moderate democratic socialism.
Right.
The Jewish Daily Forward quickly rose above the crowd. However, under the leadership of its founding editor, the crustily independent Abraham Cahan, the Forward came to be known as the voice of the Jewish immigrant.
The what?
The voice of the Jewish immigrant.
The what?
The voice of the Jewish immigrant.
So this is for them, man. This is their newspaper. I remember why I'm bringing this up. This is what they are saying. This is for them, right? So let's see what they're saying. Go back to the article, Shaw. Right? Go back to the article. Go down a little bit.
This is the article from the Forward.
Right.
Black Jews are being chased out of the Jewish community by racism. Here are their stories.
And this is old. This is from 2015, man. I had it, 2018, Salakia. I had to go back to make sure to let our brothers and sisters know this ain't new. It might be new to Kanye. It might be new to Kyrie Irving. It might be new to what was the other brother's name? Not Nick Cannon.
Kyrie, Kanye.
No, the other one. Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
It might be new to them. But these bastards been doing things to us since 2018, 2015, to the 90s, the 80s, 97. The 70s. They've been going back to the goddamn Atlantic slave trade.
Right. 1500.
There was they don't see you behind the thing, but there was an email I did a few weeks ago when I showed them they were in the beginning of their Atlantic slave trade. They started it.
Right.
The Jewish man was there in Jamaica. I'm not making this up. And their goddamn
Brazil.
records. But keep going with the email. Not the email. Now read what this says. Read what this sister says.
This is
I believe it's a sister, but that sister right there, she wrote this.
This is by Nyla Burton from August 23rd, 2018. If someone asks you to name the most urgent crisis facing the Jewish community, anti-blackness or intra-community racism might not be among your first thoughts, but it should be.
It should what?
But it should be.
It should be. That's what's going on in the Jewish community, man. They want to make it seem like, oh, black people can't be the real Jews. Well, you ain't a goddamn Jew. You hate niggas, just like what? The so-called white man, the so-called oppressor, your other counterpart of Esau, man. He's the same bastard no matter what he has. If he has a top hat on or a goddamn bandana or a badge, they all act the goddamn same. They hate niggas.
Right.
They hate Spicks. They hate Redskins. They hate us. So how can we not be the children of Israel? Well, let's keep going. Read on, Ashar. What else is said?
That's because anti-blackness in the Jewish community is pushing black Jews
out. They doing what?
Pushing black Jews out.
Well, maybe you have to go to the Jewish leaders and learn correctly.
Pushing black Jews out.
It don't matter because they hate you. They hate us. And it's going to keep going. Read and finish the rest of the sentence.
Countless black Jews have made have made the difficult decision to leave Judaism completely.
They did what?
Made the difficult decision to leave Judaism completely, no longer identifying as Jewish.
Now they don't know where they're going. Just imagine you have certain brothers out here that think we're wrong.
Right.
You gotta learn from them. They have the scriptures. They have the Torah. They know how to read Hebrew. Well, guess what? They hate your ass too, nigga.
Right.
You study under them, and what does it say though, Ashar, about the black Jews?
To leave Judaism completely.
Well, it'll leave Judaism completely. But let's go down. Let's go to some brother. Huh?
Can I say something real quick? In that same article, bring it back. Bring it back. It's no, right there. It says that's because anti-blackness, right? Now, where's the uproar for them coming up against the black Jews, right? Everybody want to scream anti-Semitic, anti-this, but there's racism right there. Where's the
That's anti-Semitic.
That's anti-Semitic right there, right? Yet it's no uproar. Where's the penalty for them? Where's this Jewish community being defunded or money's being taken or
why don't they got to meet with the black leaders?
Yeah.
How come they don't meet with the black?
Why isn't
Jews?
the ADL speaking about this?
Right, exactly. Right, but it's right up in there in front of us. Yet it's nothing big. There's no big thing. Is they don't have to apologize to the black Jews, right? And you're gonna tell me we're not in slavery?
Right.
You're not gonna tell me that this world that we live in is not against the Lord's chosen, black, Hispanic, and Native Indians? And you're gonna tell me that this is right? Right there in the same article that Karab bringing out. Damn that. And this is why in the Bible it says that they are the synagogue of Satan.
Right.
That these red devil dogs, Rush Khalib. Did I say that right? They dogs, red dogs. And we got to get it through our heads. Just like they calling us savages, but in that Talmud, that article that I said, that few little things that I seen in there, they referring to us as animals when in actuality they're the true animals. And they're the biggest deceivers.
Salakia, sir, if I may, and you know what I'm saying, this article was written in 2018, correct, sir? This newspaper been established since the late 1800s for that particular community. So it's not like that community did not know this was the practice that was going on in their community. They was reading about it. You know what I'm saying? And no, there wasn't no archive by the good Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? The good Yiddish people.
Right,
there's no, you know what I'm saying? No outcry was about that. They didn't say anything.
I'll tell you what happened. It was 2015, right? 2018? They must have been watching Captain Tazariak tearing the hell out of Kemet and the Jewish and the Christian community under Commanding General Yohana.
Right. Damn right. Listen, and remember the point I brung out of even showing that it was made in the 1897 or whatever is the point. You gotta remember this is them collectively talking to each other. Remember, this is not for us. It's for the Jewish people.
Right.
So what? Yeah, this is a Jewish voice to let them know it's an independent. It says it right there on the screen, right? All right, go back, Ashar. Go down. We're gonna get into some accounts of what brothers and sisters were saying being with these devils. Keep going down. You'll see her names. Keep going. She's just talking her shit right now. Boom. Go to Monique right here. Go to Monique. Let's see what Monique thought being a black Jew in the Hasidic community felt like. Read what you got, Ashar.
Monique, age 33, from Borough Park, Brooklyn.
Where she's from? Where?
Borough Park, Brooklyn.
She's from New York, Brooklyn, where the most Hasidic Jews are.
Right.
Go, read what you got, Ashar.
One of the things Monique finds most unnerving is the staring.
Mm-hmm.
She lives in the same ultra-Orthodox community where she lived during her conversion, and the staring has been a constant from the beginning. Of course, it's not just staring. She remembers one Pesach Siddur when her mentors were out of town, and they had arranged for her to go to a rabbi's house. As a prerequisite for attending this Siddur, the rabbi interrogated Monique.
She did what? She did what?
Interrogated Monique.
Keep going. Let's see what he's going to ask her.
Why do you want to be Jewish?
Why you want to be what?
Jewish.
Why you want to be what?
Jewish.
Why you not Christian? What?
Jewish.
Why you not Ethiopian? What?
Jewish.
Why you want to be Jewish? Remember, this is a rabbi she's under. Why you want to be Jewish? What else did he say, Ashar?
You know how hard it is going to be to find a husband for you.
Uh-huh.
No one will marry you.
Well, no one's gonna do what?
Marry you.
No one's gonna marry you. Why?
Because you're black.
Because wait, what?
No one's going to marry you because you're black.
No, because she's a Christian.
Because you're black.
No, you wasn't learned properly under the
Because you're black.
Because you're black. Because you're black. Because you're a nigga. Because you're a cotton picker. Right. Because you anything but us. Keep going, Ashar.
I'm going to use this for camp.
Most high Christ, I will too. Keep going.
He told her, Monique held back tears, determined not to let the rabbi see that he had cut her so deeply.
Keep going.
It's a strength that black women are expected to have, to face the world fearlessly, never letting anyone see that they've been wounded.
Keep going.
But it's not the adults.
But what?
But it's not the adults.
But what?
It's not the adults.
Keep going.
Who would wound her the most. It's the kids.
It's the who?
The kids.
It's the who?
The kids.
The bastard who?
Kids.
Keep going.
Because they vocalize what their parents say behind her back.
And what did the kids say, Ashar?
Why are you black?
Why are you what?
Why are you black?
Keep going.
Did you do something wrong?
Did you do what?
Did you do something wrong?
Wait, what did I do wrong, Ashar? Did I do what?
Did you do something wrong?
Keep going.
And their parents laughed.
And their parents laughed. Keep going.
The kids also called her darky.
Keep going.
And other slurs in Yiddish.
Keep going.
At first, Monique didn't understand what they were saying, but someone was way eager to translate for her, even though she would have felt better not knowing.
Keep going.
Shabbat is supposed to be a time of relaxation and community, but Monique has to arm herself for battle every Friday.
To do what?
Arm herself for battle.
She got a battle every Friday against these bastards, man. And not just them, the children. And let me tell you something about children. If you don't have kids, if you never take care of a child, the child is the most 100% shit talker you ever hear in your life.
Right. Yes.
They're going to tell you the truth no matter what. Your breath stinks. Listen, let me tell you a quick story. Unrelated. I got 2 daughters, right? I pick my daughters up from school every day. Listen, I work overnight. I come from overnight. I take my daughters to school, and I pick them up, right? My daughters we come out of school. There's an ice cream truck right in front of the school. I said, listen, we can't have ice cream. We're going to get ice cream tomorrow. You said that yesterday, Daddy. You said that yesterday when that lady fell and did this. I remember it. I'm like, God damn, she telling the whole story about this white lady that one of the white teachers bust her ass and falling down the stairs trying to say something, whatever. But she talking about she fell and this, Daddy, about the ice cream. This. I'm like, you're not supposed to be saying that all loud in the school. She's saying it in the school. Don't care who hear her, who what not. These kids don't give a damn, man. So imagine the kids under these Jewish bastards, man.
Right.
That's teaching them like, listen, you know those black people out there on the corner that rob and steal and murder. Be careful. Don't go out with them. Right. Don't do this. They're cursed. That's why they black. You know him and they was cursed. And listen, they do all that, man. That's what's in the Talmud. That's what's in all these laws that they think they have, man. Ashar?
Sidebar real quick. Hey, Gregory Zero. Listen, if you think that the Black Hebrew Israelites is a deception, and if you think that the Catholic Church is the church Christ founded, why don't you call the number up and we could talk about it? 917-779-9499.
Yeah, listen,
again, if you think
that's all nice, but why don't you call some Jewish people who say black people ain't shit, man?
Yes.
You want to talk about us trying to save blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? We do everything. We do everything for our people. We do clothes, food drives, counseling, prison programs, and you want to come in here and try to battle something that we're trying to show our brothers and sisters that they're the true biblical children of Israel, and you want to battle over if Jesus loves everybody. See, this is the problem. Right. This is the problem right here. We got about not only we have to prove we the children of God, we have to prove that the Jewish bastards, the white bastards, the African, the Japanese, and Chinese, also can't be saved with us, man.
Listen, Gregory Zero, listen, call us up at 917-779-9499, and we can talk about how the Catholic Church molests children. But we're going to get back to the other topic at hand.
Listen, we're not done yet. Go to another person, man. Keep going. There's a few brothers and sisters giving their account. Go down. Go to Joe, Sean. What does Joe say?
This is Joe, a 34-year-old black Jew from New York. Joe was heavily involved in a kabod for 10 years, but the exhaustion of
what?
But the exhaustion of begging people to acknowledge him proved to be too much, and he left.
So he was there for 10 years and begging these Jewish bastards to accept him, and they did nothing.
If people don't know what a kabod is, it's like a group. They actually have a website, a kabod website right now, where they put all the information, all that stuff on. So it would be like a group. You know what I mean? Where you discuss scriptures and things of that nature. That's what that is.
Right. So keep going to show what else it said.
The racism. The racism.
No, it can't be. You're the children of Israel. What?
The racism. He experienced and witnessed in kabod caused him deep mental anguish, and he found that he could no longer surround himself with racists.
What's in the Jewish community?
Racists.
No, they love everybody.
Racists.
No, just stay on the Joshua Yeshiva.
Racists. And the enablers of racists. His trust in the Jewish community has been eroded.
Listen, it's gone.
Should have never trusted them anyway.
It's gone, man. Listen, that's the point I'm trying to make is, brothers and sisters, these bastards hate you in their core.
Right.
Don't give a damn if they have a yarmulke on, a top hat, a Yankee fitted, a baseball hat, or Empire glove. They hate you to death, man.
Right.
They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about you.
No matter what they're wearing.
Right, and if I could, right, let's get Romans 8:35. Romans 8, what was it? Romans 8:35 or was it 8:31? Yeah, let's get it. Start right there. Romans 8:35.
Right.
Grego, I still see you in the comments. Listen, the number is 917-779-9499. We can talk about agnostics and all this type of stuff and priests raping boys. Call the number. We can talk about it, right?
For all the Jewish people watching, Atah Lo Yehudi, Atah Goyim. Right. I mean, you are not a Jew. You are not a Jew. Atah Lo Yehudi. Rosh Khalib, man. You know what I mean?
When you got it, read what you got.
Keep that.
Salakia.
Right.
Read what you got.
Salakia, sir. If I may, this is Romans chapter 8, verse 35.
Right.
Who separated us from the love of Christ?
And remember, it's saying what?
Who separate us from the love of Christ?
Who separated us from the love of Christ? Keep going.
Shall tribulation?
Shall what?
Tribulation?
Shall tribulation separate us from the love of Christ? Remember what Christ came and taught so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. Taught us brotherhood, sisterhood. Taught us to love the Most High God with all our hearts, man. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
But the point of it is we're supposed to have love for one another like Christ did, and not give it up no matter what.
Right.
No matter what we go through. It says what? Paratazar said what?
Shall tribulation?
Shall tribulations divide us for the love of Christ? Keep going.
Distress?
Distress? Listen, I know our brothers distress. They're going through tribulations. They're going through a whole bunch of stuff. Keep going.
Or persecution?
Or what?
Persecution.
You know they're going through persecution, right? You know Kanye West and Kyrie Irving is going through persecution right now, man.
Right.
But should this stop them for having the love for their people? Should this stop us from having the love for our brothers and sisters, man? No, keep going.
Or famine?
Or famine. Listen, it's gonna get real hectic out there where food might not be available, man.
Right.
And who you gonna look for? You gonna look for the brother next door to you. Right. The brother across the street, your whole neighborhood. This is why we need the love of Christ. Will this separate you from the love of Christ and brotherhood and the love of the Most High God? Will famine? Keep going.
Or nakedness?
Keep going.
Or peril? Or sword?
Keep going.
Verse 36. As it is written.
As it is written. Keep going.
For thy sake.
For thy sake.
We are killed all the days long.
We are killed all the days long.
We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
Keep going.
Verse 37. Nay.
It says, nay. No. Keep going.
In all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that love us.
Listen, and that's letting you know, no matter what, we are conquerors through this whole situation, no matter what we go through. No matter if we're through famine, through distress, through what else is said in there in the beginning?
Peril.
Tribulations.
No matter all the stress you go through as a nation, nothing should stop brothers and sisters from coming together and loving each other through Christ and the Most High, man.
Right.
You're supposed to be able to go through all this. If you can't go through all this, what makes you think you're going to go through harder times, man? Remember, Christ said there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, and that's the beginning. That's just the beginning. So what? These Jewish bastards say we ain't the children of Israel. Prove it. Prove we are not. And we're gonna go and we're gonna prove it every single time. Every single time we're gonna prove it, man. I don't give a damn what we do. Keep going, Pratazar.
Khan. Verse 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principality, nor power, nor things present, nor things to come.
Right. So that's like, no, it don't matter who's in the way. No angel, no anything is going to stop this brotherhood from stopping for us for coming together, man. And this is letting you know, no matter all the hardship you're going to go through, remember your brothers and sisters that's with you on this battle, man. Remember, it's just not just Kanye. It's not just Kyrie, it's all of us.
Right.
It's all of us. If he go down, guess what? We all gonna go down. You think they ain't gonna do it to us? These niggas got money. We don't. So if they doing this to people with billions and millions, what they think they gonna do to you, nigga, if you just have a simple 9-to-5 job?
Right.
What do you think they're gonna do to the community when we're not even together? They're gonna literally destroy us. But that's why scriptures like Romans 8:35 to 39 is going to keep you level-headed in this battle, man. It says not even an angel is going to stop this brotherhood, man. And that should let you know how amazing it is for Black and Hispanics and Native Indians to come together.
Right. Damn right.
And again, Greg Go, listen, no, the Catholic Church will not be inheriting the kingdom of heaven because it's filled with nothing but a bunch of homosexuals, child molesters, and pedophiles. And with that, I want you all to enjoy this clip once more.
I'm Jewish. I'm on my ancestors. You ain't never been a Jew. You ain't never been a Jew. I'm Jewish. First of all, you're not a Jew. Yes, I am Jewish. You a child. First of all, you a child of the Kazakh Empire. That's right. You a child of the Kazakh Empire, number one. You the same white man. You ain't no different from a white American. You're no different from a white prince. You from the Kazakh Empire. You ain't never been a Jew. That's right. The scripture said Israel. Israelites are not white. Israelites are not white. You know nothing about Jacob. Let me show you what Christ got. I got to deal with him right now. You bring about 6 million crackers that another cracker killed. Let me show you what Christ said about you. I'll give you a quick lesson. Adonic Galed, Raz Galed, you are not the Jew. You are a red dog. That's what you are. You are a child of the Khazar Empire. That's right. Your brother know more of your history than you do. The scriptures say your fathers inherited lies. And they taught you lies. You walk around the earth thinking that you're Jewish. You know what Jewish means? Even the IS ain't your Jewish, so you're not a Jew, dumb. If my garment is black, Jewish. Now if I get another garment that's blackish, it ain't black no more, it's blackish. It's kind of like being black, almost black, but not quite black. That's why your people even call yourself Jewish. You're a wannabe. That's right. You wish you were a Jew. To be a Jew, you gotta be born a Jew. You gotta be one of the children of Judah to be a Jew. But these dumb bastards,
they adopt Jew as a religion. You can't join.
Not a religion.
They made up a religion and called it Judaism. That's no such thing.
Judaism. Learn how to speak, man.
Judaism. There's no such thing. It's a man-made religion that was created off of the race of black people, man. Black people are born Jew. What is it to be a Jew? What does it mean to be a Jew?
Oh, there's so much.
Where does the term go from? The term.
The beginning.
Just want to pick up General Mayak. You know, understand that, yo. Let me tell you something. IGP Canada Commanding General Yohana, we've been doing this since 1969 to now. And understand that while everybody was walking by within that time to now, calling us crazy, talk about we angry man, that we ain't got nothing else better to do with our lives. This is what we've been doing all this time, trying to wake our people up, like the Lord said. We're the true priests and prophets of the Lord. We're the Lord's chosen soldiers to get this work done to help build his nation. The Christian church ain't doing it. The Catholic church ain't doing it. They're doing everything that's contrary to what the Lord wants us to do. So understand, when you see videos like this, that's the Lord's work right there. We're out here in these streets. We're out here working. We're in these streets. You know what I mean? Salaki.
Okay, I will tell you.
Where did it come from?
Listen, I want you to listen. You won't let me talk, sir. Let me talk. This is so one-sided.
The tribe of Judah. That's where the term Jew comes from. That's right. It's short for Judah.
Yeah,
white Jewish people don't even know that.
Yes,
you ask them, you ask a white person what makes you Jewish, they gonna tell you because my daddy was Jewish, because my mommy was Jewish. Well, because I fought the Israeli war. We didn't hurt it all. But never do they prove that they are born Jews. I'm gonna show you about the born Jews. I'm gonna show you about the real Jews. According to Diamond District. That's right. They run the banks of America. That's right. Can I talk? They in league with America. They got armies and jets. They fight when they get hurt, man. They not mourning. But the real Jews are in mourning. You ain't in mourning. What the hell you 6 million who the Holocaust.
Are you saying the Holocaust is a joke?
It's a joke.
That's right.
That's right. The Holocaust is a damn joke. The Holocaust is a joke. Hitler, yeah, crowd white boy. Heil Hitler. You ain't done nothing. We've been through it. You ain't been through a damn thing. Black people have been through it. That's right. Hitler put your thinking behind because you said you were the black people. That's why he hurt you and others. He hurt you and those others because you wanted to be niggas. That's why. And he did to another others. And he burnt your granddaddy. And he burnt your granddaddy. That's right. All right. That he burnt your nasty behind. You was robbing the Germans. You was taking all the Germans' money. The Germans were suffering so hard. You was oppressing the Germans. You was oppressing them. And God let them burn you to hell up. The hell with the Holocaust, 6 million people. How about 99 million black people? How about that? Can we be sad for 99 million black people? Can we be upset with 99 million black people? Who gives a damn about 6 million of them?
And you want to kill more people?
Oh, they burned us
What's wrong with you?
Why did Hitler do that?
Why do you want more hate?
What you got? Judah mourning. The real Jews would be in mourning. They wouldn't be jokes like this Khazar baby. They wouldn't be jokes like this cat crying over some Holocaust. The real Holocaust is on these slave ships. That's right. The real Holocaust. A real Holocaust is 77 million North American Indians, man. God don't care about these.
All right, ICPK, going to shoot. One West, all New York, 125th Street. That's what we do.
What's the one West? If I could train a dragon, I could dance with tame a lion. Any climate, and I'm shining like a diamond out of Zion.
Mr. What's going on with you, man? Precinct Captain Godhar, Officer 1, man. Listen, inviting you to our West Coast barbecue. You know, every year we having a barbecue on the West Coast, man. Can't wait to see y'all from all over the country pulling up in Las Vegas. It's going to be a blast again. If anyone been to Las Vegas, you know it's a good time. You get what I'm saying? We're going to have a good time again. You know what I mean? Big things go on. Parties, barbecues. I know y'all like to gamble. We're going to gamble a little bit too, man. And drink good liquor. You know what I mean? Most importantly, community and honor is gonna be in the building, so you gotta show up. If you're on the West Coast, man, in any surrounding areas, and when I say surrounding areas, I mean everywhere across America, pull up, man. You know what I mean? The head of the nation, Israel, gonna be there, man, with his solid generals, man. General Muhammad, General Mayat, you know what I'm saying? General Hazayan, General Katham Gabar, General Aya Shawamar, General Q, General Kabbalah, you know, General Q gonna be in the building. So, you know, we cannot wait to see y'all, man. You know what I mean? So pull up December 1st through the 4th. It's going to be a blast of the weekend. We have a good time, man. I'm going to be there. Dr. Juan going to be there. The Wall, he's off camera. Get in the camera at the Wall. He going to be there as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a blast, man. Las Vegas. Tune in. Hey, shout out to Officer Shabal. He's running the whole thing. Shout out to the Las Vegas team. They're going to do everything that's in accordance to having a good time for you. Pull up Las Vegas, December 1st to the 4th. We're going to be there, man. Shalom.
I know you wanna marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. I can tell from the first day you was all in. Gave you my number, you start texting and calling. You ain't waste no time, little mama persistent. When I teach about the scriptures, you be quiet and listen. You had a few questions, so I answer with no hesitation. How the white man the devil, why we need separation, why you can't have your kid birthday celebration. We greatly deceived by the dragon that's in Revelation. Baby chill, you just gotta be patient. I know your thoughts racing, it's a lot of information, but you want to learn, so I'll be glad to teach you, cause once we locked in, I never leave you. I know you want to marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you want to feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. Now it's time to move to phase 2. We've been talking for a year, you ain't changed, been the same since day 2. Attending every class, met my sisters and my brothers, put you through a couple tests, and you pass with flying colors, plus you follow my lead. You make me proud of what I molded, through the pressure and correction, could've easily afforded. Baby, know you a ruby, you let your light shine bright. You the type I gotta wipe, cause you gon' hold me down for life. That's right, I can't lie, resisting you was the hardest, cause you bad as fuck, covered up and dressed modest. So I know I wanna spend my whole life with you. Now it's time to go and make this shit official. You know you really needed a priest to spend the rest of your life with me, but first you had to. And now that you my wife, we locked in for life, and the feeling's just right, cause you made the choice to. Saying good things come to those who wait. And the scripture said, I will make a man more precious than fine gold. But that's what you waiting on, girl. And trust me, it's worth it. Just take your time, do it right, you understand? Everything gonna be alright.
Don't let them take you out your spirit, gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how it was, cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, this all I ever wanted. And not killing, die behind it, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils kiss your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. Or post something on the internet you think you gotta prove. Cause I got Karak Ice, I got Shia War, got Kasarpakai, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaba, got Kakamaima, got Karanyala, got Yaragabar, Tribe of Issachar, bring out Gobble War. Couple young men in this bitch with an olive oil. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think they fit to join the Lord's army. I survived a Christian church, moral of the story. I done beat so many demons, I got war stories. Garment look so hardcore, look like I morphed on him. Appetite for battle, yeah, I'm war hungry. I ain't choose this life, the Lord chose me. I'm a certified priest and I don't take that lightly. How I feel about this shit, yeah, I can't describe it. I know they mad at me, cause I can't trust the white man. I gird up my loins and did something mighty. Yeah, what's done in private, it's gonna come to light. Speak the truth into these bones and watch them come to life. All my friends are dead, let loose all the plagues, yeah.
Call me Lisa too Jeezy. I make that shit look easy. How bitches come and they greet me, they teach me. Bitches ain't shit and they never will be. I still see hoes on my nuts, but they can't feel me. But really though, I'm in beast mode with the flow. Yeah, it's 10 in the morning, I get up and this you know that I look into the mirror through my eyes. I see my soul. I see a true ass priest, Prince of Israel. Yes, bro. I be freshen up, wash up, a true nigga. Throw on my goal, it should go, you know me, cuz. Slip out the door with my fourth dimension cologne. Shout out TLC, Israel, you know what we own. Then I call up, cut this up. Wasn't much, just refresh with some young stars. Make some noise with this music, with some lost tribes. Yeah, nigga, yeah. Now I know that times may change, but bitch, I'm still the same. Yeah, and I know this a crazy ass game. They really ain't a thing. And they know that gun gon' bang. Ain't tryna die today. Whoa, and they know what we all gon' say. Bitch on UPK, hey bitch on UPK. I can't even think about you right now. Yeah, I'm chillin' with the homies and you know how I put down. I'm cool and I'm just sippin' while fucking with these little bitches. Ice up on my neck, got these hoes so consistent. It's so relentless that I just come back with stats in my backpack. I gotta make a track. Man, fuck what you talking about, that bitch is a net. Now I don't smoke no crap, but shoot a nigga from the back. I just on the block, now these bitches won't come out. Me and Cud chillin', got Modelo's in the south. Niggas be muggin', but I name it in their mouth. Cause they know how Prince Sharp Bomb put it down. Down, did it down. Hot in my coupe, cruising around town. AR in the back on the ground. Glizzy on the mount. Bitches want water like I'm a fountain. They follow to the house. Well, shit, this ain't even my house. But, top ass bitches, they wanna lounge. Want me dog it out like a hound. But look what I found. When you're up, they all wanna come around. But when you're down, they just kick you on the ground. Lame ass nigga, he that bitch master. Lame ass buster, you fucking cracker. Judas ass boy, you backstabber. Yeah.
going on, Israel? Check it. We are back. Let it be known. Listen, you have any questions or comments, the phone lines are open. Again, the number is 917-779-9499. Call us up with any of your questions or your comments. So what we got going next?
As usual, we're gonna head into the war report. After the war report, we're gonna do one more article, and then we're gonna head out. You know what I'm saying? It's almost 7. I know everybody got that damn slavery in the morning. I know some of y'all might want to battle a devil tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But battle a Jewish man or something like that. So get your rest, go ahead and battle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But let's head into that war report, y'all.
All right, let's check it out. All right. So what's going on, Mr. War Report?
We have a special episode, right? So we dropped the War Report dossier, right? And that's between the Ukraine and Russian crisis. We explain exactly how it started and how it came to war, essentially, because I've noticed a lot of our people don't keep up on those type of events, and they may not understand how it started, right? When the war broke out, everyone is looking like, well, who's Ukraine? Who cares about you? And we're gonna, in the dossier, we explain why that's the case. Now we start off. I can't go through the whole thing because it's a lot, so you're gonna have to actually check out the War Report podcast. But it starts off as an American-led effort to make Ukraine a Western wall or defense on Russia's border.
And the link to the podcast is in the chat.
Right. That was always the plan. The plan was always to have Ukraine join NATO so it can be basically a gun pointed at Russia. That was always the plan, right? They had a strategy going all the way back from 2008. The strategy was 1, integrating Ukraine into the EU. 2, turning Ukraine into a pro-Western democracy. You know, they did that through the Orange Revolution. And 3, incorporating Ukraine into NATO. Now, this strategy was set into place at NATO's annual summit in Budapest in 2008. So NATO has a summit where they kind of speak about their goals and things and what's going to happen next. And this was the topic of the 2008 summit. 2008 summit. Now, you have to understand, in the 90s, right, NATO essentially agreed they won't keep expanding. You know what I mean? Because it becomes a thing where it's like NATO is essentially just a European power, right? There's no brown countries in NATO, right? And NATO is essentially a Western fist, you know what I mean, for America. So they kind of agreed not to expand, and Russia agreed not to, be aggressive or what have you. So in 2008, all that changed, right? So they basically announced what their plans were, and at that same summit, right? Like there was a gentleman named William Burns, right? He was head of the CIA at that time. He was the U.S. ambassador to Moscow, and he wrote a memo to the Secretary of State at that time, Condoleezza Rice, describing Russian thinking about the Ukraine joining NATO. Right. So this is what he said in 2008. So this is just to show you that they always knew that saying Ukraine is going to join NATO would spark a war. They always knew it. It was never a thing where, they didn't know what they were doing. It was always poking the bear on purpose. So here's the quote. He says, Ukrainian entry into NATO is the brightest of all red lines for Russian elite, not just Putin. And more than 2.5 years of conversation with key Russian players, the knuckle draggers and the dark recesses of the Kremlin to Putin's sharpest liberal critics, I have yet to find anyone who views Ukraine and NATO as anything other than a direct challenge to Russian interests. He says, NATO will be seen as throwing down the strategic gauntlet. Today's Russia will respond. and Russian-Ukrainian relations will go into a deep freeze. It will create fertile soil for Russian meddling in the Crimea and eastern Ukraine. So this is in 2008. This was the ambassador to Moscow. He became the head of what was the Secret Service? No, the head of head of CIA. So this is the head of the CIA at the time. He's explaining how they understand totally that basically meddling with Ukraine will be causing a war with Russia. They knew it's the brightest of red lines. They knew there was a line you cannot cross because Ukraine is directly on Russia's border.
Right.
And we all know every time a country joins NATO, right, part of that agreement is that any attack on them is attack on all of its allies. And what the U.S. tends to do, and has done every time, is put a military base on whatever country joins NATO. So that's basically putting a military base with missiles pointed at Russia. So they totally knew this. This is in 2008. This is during the Obama administration. Now, what you have to understand, Zelensky, who's the president now of Ukraine, he got into office in 2019, right? He was pro-Russian until about 2021 when Biden got into office for America. Because Biden, when he was vice president in the Obama campaign during this time, 2008, he was in charge of the Ukraine portfolio. So he was the one who was given, you're in charge of this Ukraine thing, right? We want to make them a Western wall. You're in charge of doing it. So soon as he became president, that same guy, Biden, became president of the United States, Zelensky flipped. He flipped and he started being aggressive towards Russia. Let's see. I don't want to go full. I go fully into it on the podcast. I don't want to do it all here, but we go into detail from 2008 to every single thing that happened all the way up to the invasion, to the day of the invasion.
Right. So if you could let people know what's been going on as of, I guess, this week or whatever recently with Russia and Ukraine and whatever's going on with them.
Well, it's sort of at a standstill, right? It's the same aggression happening. It's not like some special new thing happened.
Right.
Right. Russia obviously blames the United States for the bombing of the oil pipeline, which they did. I mean, it's pretty clear they wouldn't bomb their own oil pipeline that they paid billions of dollars for. You know what I mean? So it's the same aggression. One difference is that one of the Russian the countries on Russia's border is allowing Russia to have their planes take off from there. So that's been a big issue with the UN because they're saying like, well, we shouldn't allow that. Right. But the problem is the UN and NATO is not actually allowed to meddle.
Right.
Right. Because Ukraine is not a part of NATO, so you can't say nothing. And at the same time, if we try to stop them, if NATO try to stop them from doing that, then the argument can be made. Well, here's the thing: NATO have been training and supplying Ukraine with weapons.
Right.
So if Russia is breaking rules, then obviously NATO's breaking rules.
Of course, they're all gonna break the
you
rules.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of been a standstill on that because they can't actually do anything because NATO, Ukraine is not technically a part of NATO. We have to keep that in mind. Ukraine is not a part of NATO. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're basically battling it out. We're gonna see.
Right.
I personally, it's never gonna end per se. Like Russia, they're too proud. They're not gonna take this loss. And the U.S. is making too much money. The U.S. is making too much money with these defense contracts to even want to stop this war. Also, you got to understand, you got to think of it militarily, right? So for the U.S., this is like a perfect situation. We get to have a war with Russia without having a war with Russia. We don't have to put no boots on the ground, right? The U.S. been giving Ukraine battle plans so they get to see Russia's response to certain pressures, right? So it's like Russia is forced to show their hand on how they work militarily,
right?
While the U.S. doesn't have to show their hand. So they don't actually want this to end. They want to keep Russia fighting Ukraine so it can weaken them, and then World War III. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, and that's what we were waiting for. We waiting for that big shebang where all superpowers go down there and duke it out, as they say, and then the real challenger comes in.
Right, but before we end the war report, listen, go on Apple or anywhere you listen to the War Report, Spotify, wherever. We're everywhere.
Right.
Check out that War Report dossier. It explains in full detail. I mean, I can't do it all on this show. You know what I mean? It's like an hour.
How long you say it is?
It's like an hour. You know what I'm saying? Full detail. So it goes. It even breaks down different statements people have said. It goes date by date from this 2008 Budapest meeting all the way up to the day of the invasion, because 2 days before Russia invaded, he told them. He actually sent a letter to NATO and to the U.S. saying, "Listen, all y'all have to do is just remove these weapons that you got basically pointed at us, and that'll be the end of it." And the U.S. said no. So when the U.S. say they don't want a war, it's a lie. They absolutely wanted this to happen.
Damn right.
They pushed it. They pushed it since 2008. Just understand how many years they've been pushing this.
Right.
NATO has been training Ukraine for 10 years straight. So it goes much, much deeper than what you currently see.
Right.
And people are making their careers off of it.
So I got a question regarding that. So do you think because of the U.S. preparation and them having knowledge that this would spark a war is what ultimately led Russia to taking the first step and just shooting first?
No. It's a number of things, but it's more along the lines of they have to take that first step before they could join NATO.
Okay.
So for instance, Crimea, which is like right under Russia, like if you look at the map, Crimea was going to, this 2014, Crimea was going to join NATO. Russia took them in 2 weeks. They have to, because what Russia is thinking about is their country's security, border security. Right. Imagine Mexico or Canada being supplied by France and the UK and all these other nations that came together to supply Canada and Mexico. They building up all these weapons on the border of the U.S. and they're saying, well, we ain't shooting nothing, so don't worry about nothing. But you're putting soldiers and missiles, and you're doing war games in the sea. It's like, so they realize, like, all right, we have to take them. We can't. First off, by not being aggressive, you show them they can take you.
Right.
You have to take action for your border security. Now listen, it comes with many things because Ukraine was a part of Russia. Like exactly. It was like the main city, like Kyiv. Like Ukraine gave their nukes to Russia at the fall of the Soviet Union. Like that was part of the agreement. Part of the agreement was to give them the nukes so that Russia can feel comfortable that you are not going to attack us.
Right.
Yeah, you understand?
Right.
So for them to have to even give up their nukes and all their aggressive weapons for border security, for the U.S. to come in and say, well, here's more weapons. Here's more weapons. And here's a puppet leader. Right? Oh, you're going through a revolution? Let me give y'all military weapons so the side that agrees with us wins. That was the color revolution in 2014. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And then the vice president of the United States is the one setting policies to Ukraine. This is in 2008. Like it's Russia can't ignore all of this. So it came to a point where they said, listen, if you continue to do this, we got to stop it. They sent a letter out to NATO and to the United States. The United States didn't respond. They got the letters. It's from Russia. It's from the Kremlin. So then the next day, invasion.
Okay, come on. And last question. To date,
right?
How much has the U.S. in dollars sent over to support the Ukraine?
About 100 billion.
$100 billion.
About 100 billion.
$100 billion.
And a nigga from Brooklyn or Harlem can't get a damn near box of cereal.
This war ain't been a year yet. This war hasn't been going on for
And
a year
that's what
yet.
makes it even worse.
Less than a year. It's 100 billion in less than a year. Just understand that.
No homeless, black,
Right.
Hispanic. There should be no homeless black, Hispanic, or Native Indian in what we call America today.
20
Huh?
$20 billion pays for everyone's high school and college in America.
Right.
Yet they won't spend a dime. And you're gonna tell me that but certain of our people that's still looking for love and acceptance from this wicked ass country,
right?
They don't give a damn about us. We got money. We're not poor over here.
The richest.
We got money. Yet, and even let's take America, put them to the side. Let's look at all the black millionaires and billionaires this here. There's no reason why any black, Hispanic, or Native Indian should be homeless.
Right.
But see, this is the mentality of our people. We forget our grassroots. We forget about having, like the brother, like the Shaw brought up, having to drink water in our cereal.
Right.
Having them syrup sandwiches. You know what I mean? Mayonnaise sandwiches and so forth. You know what I mean? Being broke. You know? Having to drink Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna front the Kool-Aid shit. To this day, still smack. Got a little lemon in it. But anyway, Salakia. But you know, a lot of times we tend to forget our grassroots. We make money and it's like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not having no Little Debbie's cakes no more. I ain't going to the bodegas to get them little $3 sandwiches, $4 sandwiches,
right?
Turkey and cheese.
Turn your nose up at your people.
Yeah, now we going to these high end places that sell the same shit.
Right.
It's a lot.
Now, if I could real quick, the thing is, I think what we tend to do is we give people passes, right? And I'm saying I don't think they forgot at all. They just hated it as children. You know what I'm saying? Who likes eating cereal with water? You know what I'm saying? Some of us go through it and learn, but some of them go through it and it's like, I'll never do that again.
Right.
I'll never be like the niggas were before. And when I get money, I'm going to get the things I saw other black people who had money do. I'm going to get the white girl. I'm going to get the White House. I'm going to get the live in the white neighborhoods and this and this. They know exactly how hard it was. They know where they came from. The problem is they don't want to go back. Most of us are still in the same situation that we are now. Right. We don't get to leave like half of these people. These people are part of the 1%, man. Right. LeBron and all them talking out their faces because they have privileges at a certain age that led them into the places that they are now. You know what I'm saying?
And if I may, and what I'm saying though, as far as forgetting the grassroots, it's not really going back to the cereal, water in the cereal, but it's seeing other people that was living like that and wanting to help them. That's what I'm talking about. Like forgetting the grassroots is going back to the communities that helped you get to where you was at. Don't forget about, when you was playing ball, that you needed a new pair of sneakers and the coach and everybody else came together and got them sneakers for you to help you eat, get them lunches for you. That's what I'm talking about, like forgetting where you came from.
Right.
Forgetting the struggle you went to. Not saying to go back to it, but forgetting that what you did to get to where you at. Because let's call it what it is. A lot of us wasn't born with a silver spoon in our mouth. At least not now. Back when we ruled this earth, we was, but I'm talking about now. A lot of us didn't have that luxury. A lot of us had to work to get, like you mentioned, the 1%, the LeBron James and so forth, that got this money because of their talent, pure talent. But look what he had to go through to get to that point. Look what a lot of our entertainers had to go through to get to this point. And then when we get to that point, you hear stories of what they go through to even get meals. They gotta do some real homosexual nonsense.
Right.
To get to that point. They gotta go against the Bible, basically. They gotta they gotta do some immoral acts to even get that bank, to get that bag, as they would say.
Sure.
To even get there. And you're not gonna tell me that this is not a wicked ass kingdom?
Right.
Right.
You're not gonna tell me that that's part of their culture? Because a lot of us come in not even doing them homosexual acts, but they want to sit there, and that's all part of that spiritual buck breaking.
Right.
Right.
Because that's exactly what they're doing. Oh, you want to be paid? You want to have that shine? Come here. Let's go in that back room, or let's, and they sit there and do these things.
And their community don't do it.
And their community,
I don't see Amalek doing none of this garbage.
Right.
You know what I mean? Their community just fine without doing it. So it's like they purposely make our community do it.
But it goes back to that. What's that? That Tamu. I know you heavy into that. Y'all heavy into that.
Hold on.
What?
I'm not heavy. That's a weird thing to say. I'm not heavy into Tamu.
No, Salaki. No.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Salaki, he's not heavy into it. He's not one of them. But no, y'all pretty knowledgeable in that area. But I know that thing that I've read, it said that it's all right as long as it's not their people.
Right.
They can do all them things.
Right.
And do all the animalistic, treat us like shit.
But basically that book is them essentially like trying to find ways around the Torah and Tanakh.
Right.
Like it's a series of essays being written saying, well, how do we follow this law?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like exactly the way it says. What do you mean? How you
exactly?
They trying to find ways to not, you know what I mean? Not do it.
Exactly.
Lock it, sir. If
So that's like, hold on. Let's close out the war report first. Let's close it out. Sure. Let's close that out first. Let's see. In that segment. All right, so we back. We back. We got one more thing. But
all right, that's fine. We can do the video, but before we go into that project. I had something to say. Say what you had to say real quick.
If I may, because we were just talking about the taboo and how they try to come around the scriptures. So they put they put their own point of view onto the law. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, it said the circumcision law. How they get to the point to say, we're going to circumcise this way, because they only said, thou shalt, we should get circumcised. But what, because they all perverted. Right. So they put in their point of view, because this is in their mind state. Because, they gay by nature. They're bisexual by nature. This is just what they do.
Right.
How you get to the point to say, I'm going to do the circumcision, but I'm going to use my mouth. That's how perverted that these bastards are.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how, their mind, like twisted mind state. Like how you get from from there to that.
Right.
Because they was already doing it. They was already, already molesting their babies or doing some type of perverted action, in amongst their nation. Because because we apply, who we are, because it comes out who you are when when it comes down to this Bible. It comes out who you are. Right. And and the priests and prophets and the brothers and sisters, and Commander General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the trooper, you can see how righteous ISUPK is. And we've been righteous since 1969. We've been teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians how to apply God's laws.
Right.
Righteously. No perverted. You're going to be forced to be righteous because you're going to have to be forced. Salaki, sir.
Right. The funny thing about that, right? They in the back. Like, We bought some of the time we were right in the back to study because while we was going to battle Jewish people years ago, me and Captain Kazai was going to make videos and do all that. There's a few of them because remember, it's like volumes.
Right.
I want people to understand it's volumes. It's not just 2 or 3 books. It's like 100 books of different rabbis coming together. Well, I think we should do it this way. Well, I think you're wrong on that part, but this part you're right, but we should do it like this. That's what all those books is about. It's them trying to decide, well, we shouldn't sell to the Gentiles, but if we do sell to the Gentiles, we should do it this way. But I don't believe we should do it that way. And then the next person would say their thing, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. We got the books back there. We got a few of them that talks about the circumcision with the mouth, and then how you should treat a Gentile if you have sex with them and not have sex with them. And if you do, you shouldn't do it by this because they're not the children of God. There's a whole bunch of the guy right in the back.
Right.
Just in case a rabbi want to act stupid. It's right there behind the curtain in the special book section. You know what I'm saying? But we got it. We got it for you. We got it right here to say we're lying. It's right there in the back to pull out. But that's besides the purpose. You know what I'm saying? But Shar, what video you got?
Saw a video recently on TikTok and I ended up reposting it on my TikTok, and it was very interesting because, well, I'm gonna just let the video speak for itself.
Right. I think black people are showing white people that we'll forever.
What do you think about Kanye West, right?
I think black people are showing white people that we'll forever be their slaves, and if they want to, we'll voluntarily go back to slavery. And this is why I say this: we ask to stand up to white folks all the time. We beg to stand up to white folks. Nick Cannon got on a platform and said the same thing that Kanye said.
Did.
Guess what they did? They grabbed his ass by his shirt. They even made him denounce Farrakhan. They even made Nick Cannon denounce Farrakhan and say he was a bad, hateful person. So that's one. They tarred and feathered. DC Young Fly and them back on the platform now. They bow down. DC Young Fly claimed, well, I wouldn't take it. Y'all all bow down. Get off the show, period. Come over here on your own app and start your own. Fuck them.
Yeah. You know that's what I'm building, right?
So now we got Yee, a billionaire who we watched come up out of Chicago. Not only that, the only who I've ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free.
That's true.
The only entertainer I ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free. Lil Durk ain't done it. So here go Yee. He stand up. We all saying, yeah, he right. But boy, when they grab that baddest, that's always been a tactic. You take the baddest, bring him out in front of all the slaves, and you tie him up and you whoop him, 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 and you keep whooping him in front of all these slaves. This y'all baddest one, y'all richest one. He gonna stand up to us. And we all sit there and watch. Don't nobody join in. No celebrity, no entertainer. Jay-Z punk ass turned on him. They whooping him. They putting them lashes on his back. Then he find out, Toby, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. I'm sorry. They still whooping him. And he's still saying, I'm sorry. They won't stop whooping him. And we ain't said that's enough. We ain't stood up and said, fuck y'all. That's enough. We ain't playing no more basketball. We ain't doing nothing no more. Because we can all come together and shake our dick at them if we want to. We can really hurt the Jews. Because we still niggas. They ain't in this position no more. We can really hurt them. They rely on us. They kids eat off us now. Let us go to, let's have an economical war with the Jews and see who win. I bet we beat them. I bet they apologize. We can make them bow down too. They ain't as bad as we try to think they is. The white boy the only one kiss their ass. The Russians don't. The North Koreans don't. The Chinese don't. The English white boys the only one kiss the Jews' ass. The niggas ain't never gave a fuck about them. They God ain't our God. They God ain't our God. They would never be able to withstand the type of slavery that our people endured. They way weaker than us. They way weaker than us, homie. They was given a line of credit from the Queen of England. That's the only thing. That's the only reason they so powerful. They was given a line of credit. Just give us that line and watch what we can do with it. Give us the same line of credit that you got, and let's see if we can do what they did. Other than that, they'll be just like us. They'll be just like us. Getting jobs, working warehouses and all that shit too. They had a helping hand. They didn't do this on their own. Everybody helped them. Don't nobody help us.
So what y'all think? Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. You know what I mean? Ain't much to say after that. You know what I'm saying? That's totally correct. You know, we listen. We've been standing up for our people since 1969. Right. When y'all gonna join in? That's really what it is. We've been saying this forever. When y'all gonna join in?
If I may, Salaki. And this is what we've been saying since 1969 to now. Like, and it's about time to put these other celebrities on blast that's not supporting Kanye.
Right.
Where's his back? Because Kanye done put out all kinds of music for them, produced music, made them millions, helped boost their career. Where they supporting him, I'm talking about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. I'm not talking about any other nationality in that industry that's there.
Right.
They're doing what they supposed to do, you know, be for themselves. But where's the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that's in the industry that are Kanye West friends? Where are Kyrie Irving's peoples, his boys, that's getting the same amount of money, even more
on the same team?
On the same team,
they're all black.
Yeah,
half the half, more than half. The NBA black. Where they at?
Where's the support? Yeah, they want him to apologize for something that he posted about a documentary that's spitting facts. Now, this is how you know what that documentary is true and what Kanye West is saying is true. Again, like I brought up earlier, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't true, they'll just brush it off and laugh it off like it's nothing.
Right.
They say he's crazy, but how crazy is he?
Mm-hmm.
If he's saying the same thing we're saying.
And nobody can, from what I don't hear no one contest the documentary. I haven't heard that yet. I heard people saying it's wrong, it's bad. What's bad about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, contest it. I want to hear your argument against it.
Because the only thing they're gonna say is misinformation. What did Max Keller say a while ago when Deshaun Jackson had mentioned that? We can't forget about him too.
Right.
He said it was low level information. Low level meaning.
But basketball
meaning
is
we're
somehow.
stupid, we're dumb
Yeah,
niggas
but basketball
that don't know what
somehow
we're talking
just highly intelligent, right?
Yeah, low level information.
Ridiculous.
Well, if it's so low level, why y'all so butthurt
Right.
over what's being said?
Right. What's the problem then?
Right.
Because when you look at these other religions, was it the 5%ers and so forth, saying that we God and we the supreme being?
Nobody said that.
Nobody said nothing. You can get on stage, you can say that now, and they'll sit there and nobody will get canceled.
Right. There's only one thing you can't be as a black man.
Right. A Jew.
A Jew.
Right.
That's the only one thing you can't be.
Right.
And Salaki, if I may, for those who don't know, the comparison that this brother is making with regards to what happened to Kanye West comes directly out of this collection of letters called the Willie Lynch and the Making
Description
of a Slave.
the film on it.
So when he's Salaki.
Just so they can see it. You know
So they can see it. And when he's talking about the tar and feathering and whipping, I'll just quickly read a short paragraph out of here. It says, when it comes to the breaking of the uncivilized nigger, use the same process, but vary the degree and step up the pressure as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and most restless nigger, strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggas, the female, and the nigger infant, tar and feather him, tie each leg to a different horse, face in opposite directions, set him afire, and beat the horse to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggas. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigga males to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him, but put the fear of God in him, for he can be useful for future breeding. And so what he's making the comparison to is how Willie Lynch taught slave owners to control their slaves, and how they use our celebrities, our biggest, baddest, richest people, and publicly whip them in front of the rest of us in order to keep, the rest of us in line.
Right.
And so when you see these public humiliations, just know that they're not doing that because they fear what he's saying is going to somehow bring hurt to their communities. No, this is a method that they've used for centuries to keep slaves in line. We ain't no slaves up in here.
What's ironic?
We ain't apologetic about nothing up in here.
Damn right.
So
what's ironic is the fact that if you look at the timeline of things and how everyone's speaking, black people are more angry than Kanye is.
Right.
About losing all of his, he look at his interviews. It don't hurt him that bad. Like he's talking like, well, I'm free. But the rest of the community is just like, oh my God, hey, you're crushed. Like I think we need to not let that psychological warfare affect us the way they want it to affect us.
Right.
They want you to feel like the sky's falling. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just not the case.
And not for nothing. With Kanye, they taking his sneakers out of these stores and all that. Kanye got enough money to build his own warehouse, house all them damn sneakers that he got, and sell them. And guess what? He cut the middleman out.
Right.
He can find somebody. He can go to South America, set up a look. I'm giving the game plan. Kanye need to cut IGPK a check.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Employ us.
And employ us. Right. Get a factory in South America somewhere and get more Yeezys, probably better made.
Right.
Instead of having it where China or wherever they making them. Taiwan.
What's ironic is the factory that makes the foam runners had to fire half their staff. Right. Now that they're not making the foam runners.
Yeah.
So it just lets you know how much they're willing to risk for you not to hear this.
Right.
Exactly. And you're gonna tell me that Kanye's crazy? He's obviously saying something is right. Something is true.
Adidas is losing $250 million every quarter.
And that's how much they hate niggas. They're willing to sacrifice their company just so this truth don't get out.
Right.
I mean, we got to wake up. We got to open our eyes, because at the end of the day, if they're willing to lose all these billions and millions of dollars because of the truth, then that should say something about what we've been saying since 1969 to now. IGPK under Commanding General Yohana. Understand that what we're saying, we speak the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me, the Most High. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just gotta say it one more time before the show. And man, if you a celebrity and you searching for the truth, you searching for your identity, contact the professionals. Contact the priests and prophets of the Most High God. Don't go out thinking that you're gonna do battle or you're gonna try to find some way to develop something or teach the people. We've been teaching the people the same truth that you're learning about since 1969.
Right.
We under men who are professionals, who put their life on the line every day to teach our people in these streets that they are the true biblical Israelites, that we are the people of God. So if you a celebrity and you got millions of dollars and you searching for your identity and you learning new things and you watching stuff on the internet, take a step back and contact the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Speak to one of our captains, speak to our generals, and get righteous counsel on how to go about seeking the truth and helping your people.
Damn right.
and with that,
hold up. You want to shout out the different camps? It's like 3-4 different camps. Okay, I want to shout out. And if you're in the Connecticut area, check out ICK Connecticut. The phone number, Shaw should probably have it up there right now. but not. But contact us on Facebook,
right?
On Instagram, on YouTube. 203-548-0040. ISUPK Connecticut, Connecticut UPK Connecticut Israelite on Facebook, ISUPK CT on YouTube, and we got
Oh, you want me to say something?
Yeah.
Oh, you holding the mic like. Nah, listen, ISUPK Long Island, man. We got ISUPK Long Island. We got Queens. We got Yonkers, Brooklyn. We got all that, man. Headquarters, the Bronx. Damn right.
Yeah.
ISUPK Bronx. Let's not forget about the Bronx. But for the main place, man, go to ISUPK headquarters. And ISUP headquarters, you find all the branches of New York, all the boroughs, all that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, concept. We got the prison program. We got food drives. Listen, we got a coat drive. You know what I'm saying? We giving out coats to brothers and sisters that might not have a coat. Your daughter or son might not have a coat. Well, guess what? We're giving your son and daughter a coat with a bag of food and a flyer to get help. Because surely we're gonna need help in this atrocity and tribulation that's coming up.
Right.
Because they're coming for your culture, black people.
Right.
They're coming for your culture.
Exactly.
Remember, and your culture stands on brotherhood and sisterhood and loving the Most High God. And like I read earlier, if you stand on those two, ain't nothing can stop us.
Yeah, I'm right.
Ain't nothing can stop us. Not no devil with a top hat. Not no European Spaniard, no conquistador. None of them can stop us when we love each other more than death.
Right. I'm right.
You know what I'm saying? But with that, Ashar, you know what to do.
Description of the film on Amazon that Kyrie linked to says that the movie uncovers the true identity of the children of Israel by proving the true ethnicity of Abraham, Jacob, and many others. Find out what Islam, Judaism, and Christianity have covered up for centuries in regards to the true biblical identity of the so-called Negro in this movie, packed with tons of research. Okay, he's free again to believe all of the above.
Right.
Maybe there's some truth in that, but I don't know of it.
Back. Put the mic back. You see that? You see? What? Just think about what I'm about to say. What am I about to say? Read my mind. Read my mind, people. What I'm about to say. What am I about to say, everybody? What am I about to say, Sean? Say it. Haryala. What am I about to say? Haryala?
The white man is the devil of the Bible.
Goddamn right. Listen, man.
Devil.
Listen what he just said.
Devil.
It might be true, but I ain't listen. I ain't research. I ain't do that. Devils, man.
Devil.
Devils.
Yeah, damn right. He the Todd Low Yehudi. You know what I'm saying?
All right, ISUPK, rolling with you. One West, Harlem, New York, 125th Street.
What's the one West? If I could train a dragon, I could damn sure tame a lion. Any climate, and I'm shining like a diamond out of Zion.
Mister, what's going on with you, man? Precinct Captain Dawhor, Officer 1, man. Listen, inviting you to our West Coast barbecue. You know, every year we having a barbecue on the West Coast, man. Can't wait to see y'all from all over the country. We're pulling up in Las Vegas. It's gonna be a blast again. If anyone been to Las Vegas, you know it's a good time. You get what I'm saying? We're gonna have a good time again. You know what I mean? Big things go on, parties, barbecues. I know y'all like to gamble. We're gonna gamble a little bit too, man, and drink good liquor. You know what I mean? Most important thing, community honor is gonna be in the building, so you gotta show up. if you're on the West Coast, man, in any surrounding areas, and when I say surrounding areas, I mean everywhere across America, pull up, man. You know what I mean? The head of the nation Israel gonna be there, man, with his solid generals, man. General Muhammad, General Mayat, you know what I'm saying? General Hazayan, General Kadam Gabar, General Aya Shawamar, General Q, General Kabbalah, you know, General Q gonna be in the building. So, you know, we cannot wait to see y'all, man. You know what I mean? So pull up December 1st through the 4th. It's gonna be a blast of the weekend. We have a good time, man. I'm gonna be there. Dr. Juan gonna be there. The Wall, he's off camera. Get in the camera at the Wall. He gonna be there as well. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a blast, man. Las Vegas. Tune in. Hey, shout out to Officer Shabal. He's running the whole thing. Shout out to the Las Vegas team. They're going to do everything that's in accordance to having a good time for you. Pull up Las Vegas, December 1st to the 4th. We're going to be there, man. Shalom.